No More Whoppers is part of the Greenlit Podcast Network.
No.
What?
No.
Oh, part of the HyperX Podcast Network.
No.
What?
No.
No More Whoppers is a Franco-American production.
No.
A Miller Boyette production.
No.
Nope. No More Whoppers is a proud Desilu production.
No.
Part of Mitsubishi Heavy Manufacturing.
No.
FromSoft?
No.
No More Whoppers is a government subsidized after-school program for at-risk adults.
No.
Part of Snyder's of Berlin.
No.
Why?
It's not American enough.
But we're delicious. We're a snack you take on a road trip. We're like a combo.
I don't eat socialist pretzels.
We're the original combos. It's me inside of you. Part of the Road Trip Podcast Network?
What? No, the Tom Green movie?
Oh, ew, no. Not affiliated. Yeah, let's
not affiliated with Tom Green. Just based on one movie.
There should be a podcast network based on not being affiliated with Tom Green.
He's not that bad.
And it's us. I don't know.
Perfectly fine.
Look, Canada's not sending their best is what I'm saying.
Did he prank you? You didn't like it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I got greened, as they say.
Don't think that.
Part of the Affordable Care Act network.
No.
Oh. Part of the Hells Angels Podcast Network?
Oh, no.
What's wrong with that?
It's a bit too creepy and violent.
We got connection. Oh, yeah, that's right. They're not great, I guess.
No. They've done things.
The address is CBS?
Yeah.
All right. Wait. Hang on. Put that in the maybe pile. Have legal look it up and see if there's any conflict there. CBS may already be in use by something else.
All right. Can I meet the nanny?
Fran Drescher?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you really need confirmation? Okay, whatever.
Boy, you're giving me a real dressing down. All right, hang on. Well, hang on. Let me try this. Part of Tokyo Beat.
Yeah, it's good. No More Whoppers. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for coming in, listening, taking a seat, all that good stuff. My name is Ray Barnholt, Smash Brothers tournament disbander, and with me, as always, this guy I know, Alex Fraioli.
We've been pals for an indeterminate period of time.
I think it's pretty determinate.
It's 21 years?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right now, yes.
Yes, okay.
You doing okay,
right,
Alex?
So, yes.
Podcast?
Yeah. Yes, have some.
I'd love some.
How are you doing?
For you, Billy?
Billy, your mother's right.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing?
I'm not too bad. My internet finally got fixed.
Oh, good. They delivered internet.
Xfinity came in and fixed some stuff. However, then Xfinity needed to fix their internet.
Oh, no.
Should I go into it right now?
Yes.
Should I launch with this story?
Yes, let's go. We'll take care of I'll tell you how I am later.
So as you know, I was having constant, frequent, crazy internet drops multiple times a day, much like that.
Yeah, sorry.
It sounded just like that.
What's the condition where you always have to be playing with something?
Alexism?
Yeah, because I have Alexism. I will constantly just be playing with my wedding ring.
All right.
Hang on. Keep going. I got to pick it up. I got to make like a ska band and pick it up.
As some of you may know, I was having constant internet drops daily, and it was screwing up some podcasting that we were doing. Of course, we did edit out some of the really bad parts. It turned out to be the thing that I determined it was after so many possibilities. We had a bad cable in the walls.
Oh, no.
And so basically what had to happen, we'd have a new cable put in. However, the guy came out and was like, I can't I can't get into your wall. That's not what I'm rated to do or whatever. I can put in a temporary fix, which is, a thicker, more modern cable. Just run it along the side of the house. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. It'll do. And as a matter of fact, we have a bunch of cables dangling from our house anyway from the last people who were here. They haven't cleaned up yet. I guess they had a satellite dish and it left a whole rat's nest of coax cable along the house in the attic. Whatever, who cares?
That's fun.
But essentially that did the trick. And I did get a more stable internet connection.
Cool.
The funny part is that about a week and a half later, I started getting multiple drops per day, but not exactly from our new cable. It was, in fact, as I turned out and what are you doing?
You said multiple drops per day. Sorry. Oh, that's fun.
Well, I don't get it, and that's very rude.
Sorry. Please keep going.
God.
I'm Alex.
It's me. All right.
Xfinity actually had actual outages, small ones frequently during the night. And that has also been still going on. And so we did manage to record something without issue last night. Golden 16 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure if that'll, still keep up today with No More Whoppers Prime.
Of course it will.
But anyway, at least on the house, we're okay. And everything's fine. And in fact, I also did some cleanup of my personal home network and did things that I should have done a year ago, which was hook up my own network equipment. I have my own little router that I had been using and my own wireless access point. Instead of being coerced into using the Xfinity modem exclusively and their Wi-Fi extender pod crap, I just got, suckered into that. That is the whole thing in a nutshell. However, I do want to mention something. So, as you might know, Alex, I'm sure a lot of our listeners know, Comcast, Xfinity, they do a lot of scummy things.
Yeah.
However, I would say their scummy things are somewhat indirect, like their pricing or their bundling or their data caps, things like that. Stuff that, doesn't really directly affect you. However, in my whole saga of trying to figure out what was wrong with my internet originally, I was party to what I think is probably the scummiest thing they do.
Oh, no.
Which is a fake tech support team.
Ugh.
And so here's what happens. You set up an appointment to get a technician out there. And because, at this point, I'm getting desperate. What else can I do except have someone come in and look at the thing? After you set up an appointment, let's say hours to, a day or two later, you'll get a call from someone saying that they're from Xfinity Advanced Tech Support. And they will say something like, you have an appointment because your internet connection has issues, yes? And I go, yes. And they will say, well, is the connection working fine right now, sir? And I will say, yes. And then they will respond again saying, well, it seems we did have an outage in your area, but it is now resolved. So we can ask you to cancel your appointment at this time if you'd like.
Oh, no.
And the first time this happened, I fell hook, line, and sinker. I was like, yeah, okay, fine. But then, of course, as days and weeks went on, that was not at all what happened and not at all the issue. I just took the bait because the drops were not happening as frequently back and then. But as the months went on, quality in the drops got so the quality. Oh boy, the drops are getting worse.
Sorry.
The internet drops got so bad that it had to be nothing else but our cables. Now, I want to mention something else.
Please do.
The Xfinity technicians, the guys who come out in the truck, are contractors. I don't know if everyone knows this. They are contractors. They do not directly work for Comcast. Even though they will have the branded trucks and they'll wear the polos with Xfinity on it, most of these guys are contractors from third parties. Now, of course, the capitalist, richer than God corporations really don't want to pay contractors for whatever reason. Are we agreed there?
We are agreed.
So the phone call, as I figured out after a couple of times of this runaround, the phone call is, obviously complete and utter bullshit. And because they just want to try to get you to cancel your appointment so they don't have to pay a contractor to come out.
Oh, brilliant.
That's the conclusion I drew from all that shit.
Okay.
And that had to be like the scummiest thing, because there's no difference in the quality of the call. It's the same person from India calling you that you would have to talk to if you started the call to just call support generally. So it's just another, unfortunately, also very low paid Indian person trying to fool you into canceling your appointment. And so, I got fooled a couple times, but after that, I was...
after that, fool them, I can't get fooled again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would warn anybody else dealing with Xfinity who hasn't yet got one of these calls to just hang up and keep your appointment.
Yeah.
Or ignore them outright. And
in Japan, it's called Crossfinity.
Yeah. Yes, it sure is.
Hang on. I don't understand the name Xfinity, because infinity already means like unlimited.
What?
And the X tends to imply like a variable, which itself can carry the meaning of something that is limitless.
No, an X is two lines going two ways. You get twice the unlimited.
It's double infinity.
Yeah, exactly.
Double indemnity? Was that a JCVD?
Wasn't that just a courtroom drama? I don't know.
When are you going to give me back my JCVD VCD?
Thank you, Alex. I am done talking about the internet now.
I wish I hadn't stumbled over that.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
But now, of course, they're having problems with this entire area of the city, because I look it up on their outage map, and there's outages for real every day, starting at like 7:30, 9:30, kind of ends around midnight, and then it's fine overnight. Happened a couple times in the morning, like right after I got up, coincidentally. Then it's fine most of the day, and then again at night. So now this is more of a problem, because I have to do actual legwork to try and figure out what the fuck is going on in the city. And I'm sure I'm not alone here. So certainly someone else is calling up and complaining about it. Here's another great thing. Here in San Jose, California, where I particularly live, there's really only two options for internet. It's Xfinity, or AT&T faux fiber, I like to call it. It's kind of fiber connection, but not really, because the only option they offer is 75 megabits download, which is about, compared to our current Xfinity plan, about a 925 megabit loss.
Oh boy. So
you choose between really great internet when it works, or one old 2007 era option. Wow. And it's baffling to me. Because it
sounds a lot like a VDSL.
Yeah, very close. But it's also very weird, because you go on the website and you look it up, and it's literally only one offer, only the 75 megabits. They don't go lower, like they won't sell 50 or 25. It's only 75.
Huh.
It's insane.
All right.
I don't know what it is. It must be some sort of weird infrastructure problem around my area or something. Who knows?
I'm curious, what is the cause of internet outages?
Fuse went out.
Is that it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who really knows? I don't run the whole show there.
Like, does a contractor show up in a truck, open up a hatch in the street, reach down, pull out a dead hamster, and then put in a live one? Like, what's going on?
If that'll work, I'm all for it.
All right.
There are guys who go out and open hatches and do some things in there. I don't know what though, but yeah, that's part of it.
All right.
That is part of it. Yeah.
All right. Fun.
Who really knows? Unless we have any internet backbone technicians out there listening, let me know.
Oh, not me.
Yeah. So yeah, just kind of sitting here in hell, having fun there. But otherwise, like I said, the home's all fixed up and we're good there.
Speaking of hell,
what's up? You been there?
Sorry, for about a day. I had vax number 4, and oh man,
you got a bit feverish.
Little uncomfortable. I got a bit feverish. I just real bad chills, real bad aches, like not just aches, but like aches that amplified other pain that already existed, pre-existing pain.
Right.
I get real bad tension headaches.
Oh.
And yeah, like after a particularly stressful day of work, they start to like kick in real bad. And when I got the vaccine, I went home and like could not sleep. I think I was up almost all night, at least until 4 or 5 a.m. because the pain was so much that I could not get to sleep. And I did not want to go into the kitchen to get ibuprofen because my wife is she now enjoys sleeping on our we bought a giant new sofa for the living room because we just moved into the new place, and she prefers sleeping on that to the bed that she has.
Yeah,
because the living room and the kitchen are like an open floor plan kind of thing. Like I didn't want to go in there and wake her up, so I'm like, I can deal with this.
All right,
I can go insight into what?
Why she doesn't sleep in the bed?
Her bed? It's because it's small.
All right, bulletproof explanation.
Why? What do you want?
It's just a bit curious. That's all. I mean, you could not have moved in the small bed.
Well, we didn't know the couch was going to be that comfy. Like it pulls out into a big, like a queen size bed size thing.
I see.
It's very comfy.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid you did leave out the part where it is a sofa bed and converts to a bed.
Oh, yes. It's the Transformers of couches.
Okay.
Except instead of a car, it's a bed.
It's a little bit more understandable then. Okay, good.
All right.
Now, on to you. Why did you just decide not to get up? I mean, you're in pain. You're not well.
Yes.
You don't think your wife would understand that?
Well, I did. I'm sure she would have, and I just didn't want to wake her up. But I eventually the pain became such that I had to, or I knew I was not going to sleep. Around 5 a.m., I was like, I feel like my eyes are about to explode out of my skull. It feels like there's a vice around my head. This is absolutely interminable. I have to do something. So what did I do? I went into the kitchen. I very carefully pulled out 2 ibuprofen that I believe are 3 years expired.
Great.
But you know what?
Yes!
I bought a tub of them at Costco, and I'm like, I got to work through these.
That's
you know what I mean?
Not usually what you should do.
Well, I mean, not with stuff like mayonnaise, but I mean, it was fine. I mean, it alleviated the pain.
What happens when you eat expired mayonnaise anyway?
Some gigantism.
Hot ass.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Hey, this works.
That's what I said. It was great. Then I felt fine. Then I slept. And then I woke up, spent a day hanging out, just being full of pain.
Yeah. I mean, I've been there. I've noticed usually this is only happening to you, me, and other white guys I know who actually get like really feverish from the vaccines.
Yeah.
Funny.
What do you mean? I didn't get super feverish. Like, I think it was like the previous vaccines where I felt like I was running warm, but when I took my temperature, it was normal.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it, isn't it? Part of having a fever is that you also, you feel warm, but also cold at the same time. Some people, right? Like I do. So
it balances out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Whoa.
Did you warn your wife that this might happen again?
What, that I might be getting the vaccine again?
No, that the side effects might be happening.
Oh, yeah, she knows. She knows what a vaccine is.
So there you go. You definitely couldn't have felt that bad having to get up and take care of it.
Well, no, but here's the thing. I never had to take ibuprofen for the first 3 shots.
You didn't have any effects? Or what?
No, they did, but I didn't like... Okay, let me try to be very clear. See, this is the first time the effects of the vaccine overlapped with a tension headache. Do you understand?
Now I do, because you said that.
Thank you. But I said it before. I said I had a bad tension headache, and the aches made it worse.
How do you hold pistols in your feet?
Dankachino.
What hit me?
What I interpreted that as is that you got a tension headache from the side effect.
No, I get it from stress. I'm getting one right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
Good for you.
We're friends, everybody. Oh, we have fun. All right.
Sorry.
All right. Anyway, feeling good?
Better now, except well, I mean, I still a little bit of pain at the injection site.
Of course. Yes.
It just feels like a big dude just punched me in the arm.
Yep. Doesn't have to be a big dude, but yeah.
Well, that's fine. You got your fourth? You had that a few months ago,
Absolutely.
right?
I believe we talked about it.
That's right.
Talked all about it. It wasn't that big a deal.
We sure did. Yeah, I got mine at a. I made an appointment at a what Japan calls a 7-Eleven. No, what Japan calls a ladies' clinic, which you can probably guess what that is. What that waseigo is.
An OBGYN.
Yes, and I had to because it was the closest place to here, to our place.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted the convenience, but also I was like double and triple checking the website just to make sure this is fine, right? Like I can go get the vaccine here. Yeah, is that cool?
It's not like the trains where they have like a pink car that you can't go in.
Oh, I got kicked off one of those cars. Did I tell you about that once?
No.
Not kicked off, but like one of the staff asked me to leave because on some days.
Dumb foreigner.
No.
Oh.
On some days, like it switches over at specific times, and like I got on the train a minute before that time, and by the time I got to the next station, I had one of the staff run up to me like, "Sir, this is the women only car."
Were you confused, or did you understand?
No, I understood. I was like, "Oh God, you're right." Because I looked at my watch, like, "Okay, yeah, it's 5:00." Yeah, I did a Robin Williams.
Yeah,
for some
you
reason.
did.
I looked at my watch. It was 5:01. I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, I get it. Sorry, my bad." Yeah.
I'm Alex.
Although it would have been funny if like I get on the train at 4:59 and there's just other women on the train and they don't react. And then as soon as the clock strikes 5, they all stare at me until I leap out the window.
They all give you the evil eye. Yeah.
Japan.
Oh, shit, I played both those at the same time.
That was poison.
Oh, welcome to Japan. Speaking of welcome to Japan, I went to go see the Pixies live in concert. Their first show in Nagoya, Japan ever.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
Which
it's quite a momentous occasion.
I never thought I would have a chance to see them in my lifetime. I thought I'd have to do it in some other lifetime.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got the chance.
That's like me and my favorite band who they're Japanese and they're never going to be outside Japan ever. So.
Oh, who are they?
Clambon.
Oh, yes, that's right. They've never done anything outside of Japan?
Nope.
Okay. Well, why don't you come over here and see them?
I would like to. You know what?
Are they still
I
around?
have a whole family now that I have to coordinate around.
Well, just bring them.
Probably not going to happen.
The kid likes music.
We don't know that for sure.
Right? Oh, no, that's my nickname for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm a loaf.
I am a loaf.
Anyway, the Pixies, yeah.
Well, that's fun. I'd been kind of a Pixies fan since the late 90s when my brother left a debaser cassette tape in our 94 Chevy Blazer.
Just like big brothers do.
Right. And until I, made my own cassette tape, until I taped the Mini Bosses CD onto a cassette, all I had was that Pixies tape. And I'm like, this is really good. And then just got even more into them in college, long after they broke up initially. I think they broke up in like 94. Right. I think they were together from 86 to 94. And then they got back together in 2004 for various things. They did a Coachella, some personnel shifting around. And then I think they've been like together since I want to say 2014, producing new material and stuff.
Right.
It was just really cool. Here's the weird thing about it though. It felt very kind of mechanical and impersonal, not in a bad way, but I guess kind of in the way that some of their music can feel. I certainly did not mind that there was no opener. That's great. Like, let's just get right to it.
Okay.
Because that's always like kind of my least favorite part of seeing a band that I like is having to sit through an opener that may not be great.
Yeah. Like a stand-up comedian for a rock show. I mean, geez.
Oh,
Imagine
no.
Gary
Paul,
Goldman walks out in front of like, oh, geez.
especially in Japan.
Yeah, right.
Paul F. Tompkins has a whole bit about that when one of his favorite bands asked him to open for their New Year's show, and he just got pelted with ice cubes. But I mean, there have been good openers, of course. I saw OK Go open for They Might Be Giants in 2001.
Youch.
This is before YouTube, before OK Go was making crazy videos. That was really fun. That was great. That was a good show.
Okay, yeah.
The worst opener, not necessarily, like I say worst, but I don't go to a lot of shows, so this doesn't mean a lot.
Right. Well, on the Alex scale.
I think it was a Japanese band called Hide.
Okay.
Is that right?
I don't know.
They opened for the Pillows when I saw the Pillows here years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they went on, I want to say for like an hour, which is lengthy,
Wow.
I think, for an opener.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
overstayed.
also they played, what's that Pillows song? They did a cover of a Pillows song.
Uh-huh.
They did, it was Hybrid Rainbow. They did a cover of Hybrid Rainbow.
Okay.
That I'm not sure may still be going on.
Oh, no.
It feels like they added verses to it. Like, it's kind of gauche.
Just start improvising.
Yeah, like, isn't it kind of gauche to cover a song of the band you're opening for? Because you know you're not going to do it better. And B, why do a super long version? Oh, this is the long version where with the extra verses they only sing when they cover it live. I couldn't understand it. Pillows are great.
Who are you trying to impress? You've already been selected as an opener.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
But the Pixies, no opener, just doors open at 6. They go on stage at 7. Bada bing, bada boom. That was great. I met my buddy Jason there. And then by coincidence, we met up with our friend Adam, who just heard we were going and just bought a ticket and just showed up.
Okay.
Yeah. Also ran into Paul, the teacher that I replaced at Kawagoe Junior High School. Except I don't think we recognized each other. It was very brief. It was a very brief. Like Adam was introducing us, and I guess we didn't realize we already knew each other. So I was like, "Oh, hey man."
Okay, yeah.
And then like much later, I realized, oh shit, I know him. I already met him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you talk to him a lot?
No. I think we're Facebook friends. No, he.
Okay, sure.
I'm like the first time I met him was in like 2020 when I started at Kawagoe, which was in like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
At like some dinner where he's basically handing the job off to me. There was like a faculty dinner that they do. But then he came to the bar years later, and then we kind of remembered like, oh yeah, you're the guy. And I remembered that I took over for him at Kawagoe. And then, then I saw him at the Pixie show. Anyway, no opener, which is great. I don't mind that at all. The thing that I don't know I'm a fan of, I don't think I'm a fan of, was there was also, hang on, no, wait, let's go in order.
Okay.
Let's go in order.
Let's from the top.
No opener, outstanding.
Uh-huh.
My next observation is more of a neutral one, and that is no encore. I guess they just don't do encores.
Oh, okay.
Or they just really don't like Nagoya.
Get in, get out.
Yeah, right? Even though it's their first time here.
Flyover prefecture.
Decided, the flyover, yes. So no encore. That's fine. I don't mind that. I feel like sometimes encores are kind of awkward.
Awkward? I mean, if it's kind of an expected part of a show at this point in time and culture, I mean, how awkward can it really be?
Well, no. What I mean is like, are they going to come out for a second one?
Oh, okay.
Because there's always that like feeling of rejection hanging in the air if they come out for a first encore, but then don't come out for the second one. And then the lights come up, and then you hear Katy Perry start playing over the speakers. It's like, oh, it's time to go.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of a neutral. Like, I don't really mind about that. The one thing about it that bugged me, which I guess is just something about them, is there was no banter. There was no stage banter at all. And
So are these just androids? What?
No.
Androids posing as the Pixies?
Frank Blackbot. Frank Blackbot. Mr. Black. I like banter because it's humanizing, and I like to hear performers being natural and being human beings and being relatable.
Were they maybe shy because they were in Japan and they didn't think they
I think
speaking
they
English
know.
wouldn't work or something?
I
don't know.
think they know that a lot of the people coming to see them are going to speak English.
Yeah. All they had to do was look out into the crowd, right?
Although there was a very drunk. No, there was a very drunk Japanese woman in the front of the crowd who, after I want to say every song, just yelled out "Where is my mindo?"
Okay.
Trying to request, which like the crowd, like every time she did it, like fortunately the crowd would laugh, like because we're kind of on her side, and it was kind of cute. But at the same time, it's like they're gonna play it. You know they're gonna, like, they can't not.
Yeah.
It's one of their best known songs.
I
Just
mean,
chill. Just wait.
I've not been to a lot of shows like that myself, but yeah, I feel like some things are just a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
Based on the, the like I said, how momentous the occasion is. Like,
I don't know a lot of their newer stuff. They put out a single in 2014 called Indie Cindy, which is super good. That's a great song. That's the only new song of theirs I know since they broke up in the 90s. And so I was, happy that I'd say like 80 to 90% of the set was their old stuff from the 80s and 90s, which is great. Because that's what I know.
Right.
And the new stuff they played wasn't bad either. I don't know their new stuff really, and I didn't really bother to do my homework before the show because I just wanted to hear the old stuff. I'm not trying to say, oh, their old stuff's better, their new stuff sucks, because I don't know their new stuff. And the stuff they played live, I've only heard once. I didn't hate it. It was pretty good. Maybe I'll listen to the new albums. I don't know.
I don't either.
The No Banter.
Don't look at me.
I'm staring you down.
Jeez.
Wait.
There was one point where I thought Frank was addressing the crowd because he just went up to the mic and he said, "Hey," and it just turns out he was opening the song "Hey," which starts with the word "Hey." It was not actually launching into an exchange with the crowd.
Now, you as a fan should have known that.
But it starts with "Hey," and then the instruments kick in. So I think that's an understandable misunderstanding.
Prove it.
Well, you got me there.
Play the copyrighted music right now.
No, okay.
Hey! Been trying to meet you. Hey!
No, actually, you're probably going to use some, aren't you?
Yeah, I just did.
Yep.
All right. That was the show. That was fun. That was great. That was super cool. I'm very glad I got to see that. I took the night off from work. That was well. Speaking of work, I'm mixing up my hours.
How late were you out? When did you come home? That's what I like to know.
It wasn't a late show. They were on stage for 2 solid hours, so that was nice.
Okay.
That was great.
So all the oldsters can go home. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice, beefy, meaty show. Yeah. Finished up like 9:15. I was home by 9:45. Yeah,
I mean,
they're in their 50s or 60s.
And so are you,
now.
but yeah, geez.
Hey, I'm 39. I'm a spry 39.
Getting up there.
And I'm a size 39. Wait.
What?
I don't know. It was a lot of fun.
Big and beautiful.
Yeah, B&B.
Oh, geez, yeah. 9. Yeah. It's pretty good.
I was going to buy some merch, but I went to the merch table after the show, and like all that was left was a 9,000 yen hoodie. I'm like, I'm good. I think I'm good.
Was it even a nice looking hoodie?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
All right.
I don't know if it was 9,000 yen good.
Okay. Well,
but there were some nice t-shirts. There were some t-shirts that were like, they were for the tour, but they were styled after their old album covers. And then for some reason, there was one t-shirt that was like Grateful Dead magic mushrooms. And I'm like, that's not your style at all. Did someone win a contest? Why is this here?
So they extended an olive branch to somebody who just wanted like.
Yeah, they're not like a druggy band.
It's like, can I
gouge away references marijuana? I think that's it.
Yeah. Weird.
Anyway, great show. Recommend it. I was worried about earplugs. I thought I might bring some earplugs. I actually messaged our Tokyo Beat pal, Mark Lenz, because he went to the Osaka show. And I said, hey, I'm worried about my hearing. Should I bring earplugs? And he said, yeah, probably. Because it's kind of like on the upper edge. Like it's almost just too loud.
Yeah, and you're in your 50s. I mean, it's just
hey, I'm almost in my 40s. But I ended up not putting him in because I ended up like feeling it out as the show went on. I'm like, I'll put him in if I get uncomfortable. And I just never did. It was fine.
Yeah.
Also, I don't go to a lot of rock shows because I
No.
don't like concerts because I really don't like people.
Right. That's
So
yeah.
I should say I don't like crowds. Mark is a musician, and I imagine he goes to a lot of shows. So for him, it might be more of a pressing concern. I mean, everyone should protect their hearing, but if you're at a lot of shows, I think it's
What?
probably more. What? Yeah, you can use it.
Classic.
But I'm great.
Air
My hearing's-
circulation.
Air's great. Air's fine. That was the show. Raymond, back to you.
I'm Ray. Okay, yeah, no, good for you. Glad you saw Jack Black and whoever it was there.
Jack White.
Oh, okay, my mistake. Jack Black and the Outfoxies, whatever.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Baby news.
Wait, hang on. I got to play the baby news theme.
The baby got sleep trained,
Yeah.
which means Mom and I can sleep together again for extended hours.
Oh, cool. Wait, what does sleep trained mean exactly?
Well, it's a technique. Essentially, we use what's called the Ferber method. Some guy named Ferber, right?
Okay.
Anyway, you just do your normal routine. You should have a routine. You feed him. You dress him for bed. You put him down into the crib when he's drowsy, not fully sleeping. So he's somewhat aware of his surroundings. Just put him in there and then just walk away, essentially. And if he starts crying, you then set a little countdown, 5 minutes to start. And if he's still crying after 5 minutes, you go in there, you give him some slight comforting, you pat him, rub him a little bit, try and comfort him as best as possible. And whether or not he stops crying, you go back outside again.
Wow.
And once again, and then, you wait a little bit longer, maybe an extra couple minutes, and then go do the same thing again. And if he still cries, maybe an extra 10 minutes. But the idea should be that eventually he should cry enough to where he's just cried himself to sleep, essentially.
Okay, so he's doing the Alex.
Yeah, where he's...
All right. That's cool. It's pretty good.
My wife's on the sofa.
No, it's because it's comfy. We've had separate rooms for our entire marriage. It's how we function.
And if I recall, it's based entirely on you snoring.
It's mostly based on me snoring, yes, but it's also because we both like to stretch out when we sleep.
All right. Well,
And like even when we go to visit my parents and they have like a guest room with a queen size bed in it, that's even still a little bit tight. It's nice, like it's relaxing, but also, oh boy,
you're also a beast of a man, so
yes,
sense.
just a lumbering lummox.
Yeah. Okay, back to me.
Go.
Back to baby.
Back to baby.
So the idea is that eventually he'll just cry himself to sleep because as long as he's not in pain, as long as he's not sick, he's fine. Babies cry, it's a thing. So we didn't know what to expect when we first started this. You kind of block out a week and see how it goes. So we did it, and the first day, he was crying at first. Then we were waiting and doing that whole thing, and then after a couple of cycles of that, he got there eventually. He fell asleep, and we were good for most of the night.
Cool.
On the second day, he cried once, and that was it.
Wow.
On the third day, he cried at the very start. He very quickly went quiet, and then he slept 10 hours.
Wow.
And we were like, holy shit. And that was basically the rest of the week, the pattern. It's just
what did you do at that time?
Well, our night things in bed, doing some work on the computer, maybe doing a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then we finally go to bed. And
cool.
Yeah. The only thing that's not so great is that he still tends to wake up around 4 or 5 a.m. But that's also usually when mom takes over, my mom. And helps out there. So
That's
that's
fine.
okay. But yeah, we were just extremely relieved that he was not the kind of troublesome baby that would take a whole lot of work to get to sleep. Just turns out if you just do the pattern correctly, he gets it and he'll fall asleep. Yeah.
Nice.
And so there's still days where, he'll cry a little bit too much before, putting his head down. And sometimes he'll already be drowsy enough that he won't make a peep, and you can just go ahead and walk out. That was today, in fact. And so
fun.
Yeah. So I was very happy about that. We're all pretty happy about that, of course. And who knows what's next? But he's doing fine. Otherwise, he is more aware of things. He's grabbing at toys more often, and he's just generally having a bit more fun during the day. So yeah.
Good.
We're only waiting for him to learn how to roll over. He's still not quite there yet. He's almost 5 months.
Yeah.
Still waiting for him to follow through with that whole rolling over business. Kind of an important step, but yeah.
Good.
Time will tell.
I was talking to my buddy Jason last night at the bar. I think his son is less than a year, almost a year old. And his I think they just had a tiny adult man, because this guy, when Jason puts him to bed at the end of the day, he'll just kind of pick him up and then hold him for a while. And when the child is ready to sleep, is ready to be placed in the crib, he will take both his arms and just kind of clap them on Jason's head twice and then give him a kiss. And that's the signal to, yes, father, please put me down into the crib now.
Pretty good.
It sounded incredible. I love it.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, that's
good.
Man, I thought I had it good. That's another good thing to aspire to.
Very mature.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
I did mention this before on Golden 16 Seconds. I believe I had an exclusive baby fact that this baby likes to do what I call Yoshi noises. When he is happy and sees me in particular, he will stretch out his arms and basically make that noise in some sort of strange expression of delight. He'll bury his head in his neck and do a bit of a Yoshi noise. In fact, I think I can show you.
Please do.
Put one here on the mic.
Good. Wow.
Yeah, you hear that?
Yes, that was pretty Yoshish.
Yeah. Of course, he also prefaces it with panting. He
just like Yoshi.
Yeah, he's
like Urkel. All right.
He gets pretty excited. But
cool.
Yeah, pretty good.
Nice.
That's the baby news.
I like baby news.
Yeah. Should we take a break?
Should we?
Unless you have any baby questions.
Yeah, who was the first baby to be president?
No, about my baby.
Who was the first baby in space?
I think his name was BB.
Oh, okay. Wait, was Butterfinger BB?
Yeah, they also send him up at the back of those.
Was it a marketing thing?
Yes, of course.
Okay, all right. Yeah, of course. Classic NASA.
Yeah. NASA X Nestle.
All right, nobody better lay a finger on this break we're about to take.
Bye. Folks, we're back. It's No More Whoppers. I'm Ray. That's Alex.
Hi.
Alex, you did something last night that I cannot believe you did. I've never known you to do this before in my life. I couldn't believe it.
Eat pasta without sauce?
No, you're not crazy. You're not a criminal.
Yeah, right.
God.
The nation's still reeling. I mean, I didn't. Yeah, the nation would be reeling if something.
Correct me
like
if
that
I'm
happened.
wrong. You watched the Game Awards?
Yes, but not intentionally. I woke up and I couldn't get back to sleep, and I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna need something to dunk on in the new Nomo. Well, I may as well watch these video game awards.
Okay, well, there's a degree of intention, I think, there, but nevertheless,
Well,
yeah.
I was also playing. Get this. I was playing Dragon Quest III at the same time.
As you do.
Yeah.
What you think that gets you off the hook?
No. But I think that was
literally rattled and panicked.
That was the first Game Awards I'd actually watched. I missed the
I
first
mean,
hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was exciting. It was just a lot of commercials, a lot of trailers. Now I know what Jeff Keighley looks like. Not just as a name that is referenced all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Boy, I made a list here of what did I title this? Game Awards blurt laugh moments.
Okay.
These are all the times during the Game Awards that I just laughed out loud uncontrollably.
Okay.
The first one was the dude came out who he did, I guess, mocap or voice acting for he's the new Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah.
And he came out with a lightsaber, which is great. And then just kind of very straight faced was like, I had a lot of fun doing this. Look, guys, I'm not going to lie. This is the greatest Star Wars game ever made. Well, gotta go. And then just kind of receded. And I'm like, that was great. That was,
right.
He was out there for like 20 seconds. Just to very, very stone-facedly just tell the crowd, this is the great. I know they have to. I know how marketing works, but like, is that working? Is that still working on anybody? No, this is the best one now. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. That kind of thing makes me laugh. It's just
I mean
unabashed hyperbole. Yeah.
Previous game was pretty good.
But this is look, guys, I played it. This is the best one.
But it's unfinished. How would you know? I mean,
shut up though.
Oh. Okay.
I'm only going to cover half of these because we did cover the other half on Golden 16 Seconds.
Okay.
I covered some of these by accident.
We want your $5.
You're gonna have to listen to the bonus show if you want the full impressions. That was not by design. That's just we accidentally talked about the Game Awards.
Yes,
because they had just ended when we recorded.
Yeah,
when we
true.
started recording.
All right. Is it okay if I preface everything you mentioned with this?
All right, everybody, here's Alex.
Yes.
Okay.
Please do.
No, won't.
Okay. Kojima went on stage to deliver a series of flaccid tweets. You can delete that. All right.
Delete.
Diablo 4. First of all, Diablo for what?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Thank you. I laughed out loud at 6/6/23. Because, like, I get it. I know what you're trying to do, but, like, guys, it's too late. That remake of The Omen was the only thing that we remember as coming out on 6/6/06.
Right.
Like, you missed the window.
Well, you didn't miss it. Well, you missed that window, but you're also...
No, Ray. The number of the beast is not 66.
Well, you're 43 years too early.
That's a famous highway. Unless this is the Diablo where the Diablo drives a car down Route 66, that's a stretch. 6/6/23 made me laugh out loud.
Yeah, but it is, though. And they licensed Dragula again.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Diablo did?
Yeah, it's the theme song.
Why?
Because of what you just said.
Did it? Wait, okay. All right.
Do you accept my joke yet?
Akuma Joe Dragula?
No? Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Coming up, Animal from the Muppets drops by.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Let's see. Okay, I got a question here about this Crash Bandicoot costume.
Yeah.
It's the Game Awards. Can you go into the warehouse and pull out the head that doesn't have the mouth hole on it?
That's
you're
part
mic'd.
of it.
He's mic'd anyway. What do you mean that's part of it?
It's a throwback to the old commercials.
Because it was like, I know it was supposed to be a throw. I know, hey, mustache man, plumber boy. It was just...
Well, that's the Game Awards.
I was expecting too much.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I just wish this fucking industry could find some way to pull off some sort of event and not try to be funny in any sort of way. Just let things happen. Don't try to force anything.
Yeah.
Don't bring any more fucking Muppets out. Just
Yeah.
have something halfway mature. I'm begging you. I can't. And this is why
Yeah.
I watch the Game Awards on mute in a tiny window most of the time until I see the words world premiere or whatever, and then I can watch a new trailer. That's all I
Right.
care about.
Okay.
I do not pay attention to it otherwise, because it's always the same shit year after year for 15 years plus more. Whenever G4 did it, whenever Spike TV did it, whenever now this thing happens, it's the same shit. Stop.
So you missed out on what I would consider the most embarrassing moment, which was Keegan-Michael Key's tight 5 on Toad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I caught maybe the last second when he actually introduced the clip.
It was
I was
real
also
bad.
having, I think, an internet drop because of Xfinity at the time.
Oh, good. Okay. Xfinity's looking out for you in this case.
Uh-huh.
Because it was, oh God, he just starts with, he comes out and I'm like, all right, he's going to read the award. He's going to introduce the clip. That's fine. That's great. He showed up. Cool. But he just goes right into, there's a lot of controversy about Toad on the internet. I'm like, oh boy, where is this going?
Right.
Some people think that's a hat. And I'm like, oh no, but it's not. It's actually a cap. Get it? Because he's a mushroom. And at that point,
this is what happens.
There was a voice in the back of my head that said, oh, your coffee cup is empty. You should bring it into the kitchen and put it into the sink right now. And I'm like, yeah, I think I should, so that I don't have to do it later. So I just, went to the kitchen. And by the time I came back, he had introduced the Mario clip from the movie, which I think looks better. Looks like the best thing so far I've seen from the movie. Did you see the new clip?
I did, yes.
It looks, I don't know. The thing I liked is that Mario kind of eats shit coming out of that pipe. Like they're not afraid to beat him up, which I like.
Well, we'll talk about it a little later, maybe.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. I made myself laugh. This is not a thing that happened, but something that I imagined should have happened. And that is Doug Bowser got on stage to accept the award for Bayonetta 3 on behalf of Platinum. Or no, he wrapped up that speech by saying Platinum Games asked me to say a few words on their behalf. And I started laughing because I imagined him just launching into fluent Japanese with like no subtitles, no explanation. I just thought that would be real funny.
Right.
And then he spoke English and I'm like, fine. I guess that's fine. That's fine too.
Right.
And then the biggest surprise I think
hey,
out of the
guess
whole
what?
thing was
You're a better writer for the Game Awards than they are. So.
Yes, get me on that shit. I'll write for them. Oh, remember when I think Paul Rust wrote for the Teens Choice Awards or something in like 2009 or 10. I remember he told the story on a Jordan Jesse Go. He was writing for the Teen Choice Awards or something. And the presenters were Anna Faris and Will Pine. And the intro he wrote for them was, she's a carnival attraction and he's a tree. Please welcome to the stage Anna Ferris Wheel Pine. That's the kind of that's the kind of shit that I would write for the Game Awards.
And
get it. Somebody get in touch.
Then be asked to leave.
Then be promptly asked to leave.
Yeah.
All right. The most pleasant surprise I think was, I liked that FF16 trailer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm actually considering buying a PS5 for it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I pre-ordered it because what else are you going to play on a PS5? So yeah.
Also that.
Except another different Final Fantasy game.
At least for the first 6 months.
Right. But still, like, kind of why you buy it. People in our circles, at least, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what would be cool is if they're not doing a limited edition FF16 PS5, are they?
Not yet. Who knows?
Shit. Because that might be something. Because I've never had like a special console.
No, I thought you had the Metal Gear one, the Metal Gear PS3.
No. No.
I swear to God.
No. I have a silver Blando PS3.
Really?
It doesn't say Foxhound on it. It doesn't say written and directed by Hideo Kojima on it. It doesn't say
you can't write a console.
What? Well, he'll find a way. It's just silver. It's got the PlayStation logo on it.
Okay. Well, I at least recall that maybe you bought a PS3 that had only the 2 USB ports, right? The fat one.
It's a fat. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maddie is borrowing it right now. Maddie, can you look at the PS3 and tell me how many USB ports are on it? Thank you.
I'm just trying. No, he doesn't have to do that.
Thanks, Maddie.
I just thought you had gotten that special like military green PS3 that came out around the time that they
silver
did something. Okay. Whatever.
It sounds cool. I wish I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Yeah, they haven't really announced anything. And to be honest, any special PS5s that come out these days are just like the game included. Like no accoutrement on the.
What the fuck?
Because it's basically it's two plates, right? Not face plates, but it's 2 plates that you can remove, and they sell other colors, solid colors, but that's about it.
Wait, what do you mean it's 2 plates that you can remove?
The PS5. It's that black middle part that is the console, and then the white plates.
Those come off?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you just keep them off?
No.
They're hideous.
You need something to hook the stand onto so you can ventilate it properly.
Oh, gee. All right. That's fine, I guess.
You can buy another color.
Purple?
Yeah.
I'm in.
I think, yeah, they have ones that match the controllers.
Okay. Oh, good. And they're only like 8,000 yen, I assume.
Probably.
Damn it. Yeah, I knew it. Hey, I got my purple DualSense in front of me right now. I've had it for, I don't know, half a year. The R1 button is already starting to stick.
Yo.
Yeah. Are these things safe to just open up and give a quick cleaning?
Very quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a deep cleaning. Like I'm not unscrewing anything that's inside once I open it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just want to like take the case off and just kind of wipe everything down.
Yeah. Be careful.
Yeah. You be careful.
So, well, my point was also that there are no special game themed plates. So,
okay, that's all right. Well, no, but I mean, like, I guess you already addressed the no accoutrement because I remember the Dragon Quest XI PS4 had that cool liquid metal slime.
Yeah.
Like, I want something like that, but
there's nothing like that.
I can't
yet.
imagine what that would be. There's nothing like that yet.
No.
All right, well. FF16 trailer looked fine, mostly because there were a couple of shots, get this, in the daytime.
Oh, yeah.
And I completely, I don't care. I'm a sucker for it. You can pet the dog. That's in there.
Right.
I like that.
Okay, yeah. But can you pet the chocobos?
Fuck the birds.
There's half a second of chocobos.
I mean, a chocobo just gets straight up stabbed. Doesn't the kid get splattered in choco blood at the beginning?
Is that who got stabbed?
Isn't it? I thought that chocobo got stabbed. I'll watch it again.
I don't know what got stabbed. I thought a person got stabbed.
I was half playing Dragon Quest. They wouldn't stab a person in video games.
No,
come on, man. There are laws, Ray.
Yeah. In Japan.
I'm just worried about the battle system because I know I'm never going to get back a Final Fantasy where I have 4 characters and I give them commands and then they enact them.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But I also I don't want it to be a single player action game like all the rest are now, like 7 Remake and 15. And I want a group of dudes.
Well, I do think we finally saw some people who might be party members.
Yeah. I guess.
The guy with a beard.
Beards are great. I'm just,
I
love I'll deal with it. Sure do. Turn-based Giuseppe.
Yeah, keep wishing.
All right, that's all I got.
That's all you got?
All right. I'll reiterate my favorite moment from the end. I already told this on Golden 16 Seconds, but when they announced Elden Year as Elden Year. That's been this year. It's been the Elden Year. When they announced Elden Year as Game of the Ring,
Mountain Goats album.
when they announced Elden Ring as Game of the Year, I said out loud in my apartment to nobody, "Japan still got it."
Yeah,
which really made me laugh. All right, that's it. That's the Game Awards. We did it. We got through another one. What a load of shit.
Death Stranding 2.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I was so excited at first because I saw it like when the trailer started instead of Hideo Kojima production. I was like, oh shit, it's Kojima's next game. What's it gonna be? And then a baby showed up, and I'm like, this guy loves putting babies in his games. Am I right? Anyway, let's see what it is. And then it's like, oh, it's What's Her Nuts and Norman Reedus, and it's like, it's Death Stranding DLC, right? And then he's gonna get to work on a real game, and then it says DS2, and I'm like, all right.
Well, allegedly, there is another project that is coming out.
Right. Well, that's part of what I refer to as his flaccid series of tweets on stage, was just basically him going on stage and being like, it was just, Mr. Kojima, can you tell us anything about Death Stranding 2? Nothing at this time. Whoa, are you working on anything else? Yes, I am working on several other things at this time. Wow, thanks a lot, sir. And that was it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did mention he was working on other stuff, which is, I mean, but he always is. He's Kojima.
Well, there was an Xbox presentation months ago now where he announced he was making a game for Xbox based on cloud technology. And so that's also what that other project's supposed to be. Probably not Death Stranding 2. There's supposed to be a game called Overdose.
Okay.
Someone leaks.
Is cloud technology fun?
We shall see.
All right. All right, cool. Video games.
Have you played a game online ever?
I play one of the Final Fantasies online.
Yeah, it's like that. Probably just like that.
Then okay, wait. What does cloud gaming mean exactly?
Well, to idiots, it means streaming, but that's not what this is.
One of us almost just outed himself as an idiot.
I think it is using distributed computing power to perform certain things that one computer or one console could not achieve on its own. So there was Microsoft had that kind of bullshit going on when the Xbox One first came out. They said Crackdown 3 will have the power of the cloud. And then they showed some visualization, some fake animation of like a building coming down, and all the physics were accurate. And that accurate physics for such a giant building with all these people playing in the same world could only be achieved if you have a server somewhere calculating it all.
I'm just making the jerk off motion right now.
Well, I'm explaining to you what it means because you asked.
I know. I'm not reacting to you. I'm not Raymond. I'm not reacting to you. I'm reacting to the idea.
That's fine.
Okay. I'm not telling you to go jerk.
All right. I'm not offended.
All right.
Just wait a second for me to get offended.
Okay.
But yeah, that's Kojima. Whatever. Right? Am I right? We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, Game Awards are also a great reminder to me that graphical fidelity is like, as long as there's a basic minimum threshold, like it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. We could still be on the PS3 for all I care.
Right.
Like, so anytime a demo comes out or an announcement is made about like graphics and physics and ray tracing, it goes into the garbage for me. It means nothing. It is 100% meaningless because that's not what is fun to me.
Is that burnable garbage or?
It's Moinai Gomi.
Okay.
I think it's collected every other Wednesday.
And that's why I was like, I can't believe you still bothered watching that entire show.
Well, well, here's the other half of that is I wanted to watch it so we'd have something to talk about, but also because
thank you.
I always need things to talk about with customers at the bar.
Oh yeah. The customers you love so much when they talk about current events in gaming.
Well, I'm trying to participate. I'm trying to meet them halfway.
Good.
That's one of the downsides of running a bar for nerds is that I am sort of expected to always be participating in the monoculture, which is unfortunately just a lot of horseshit.
Am I so out of touch?
Yes. But I have to, it would be nice if I could participate. If someone says, "Hey, did you watch those Game Awards?" At least I can say, "Yeah, they sucked, and here's why."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Instead of just saying no and moving on.
Of course.
I mean, I didn't hate it. I did, but I didn't like it either. So that's my review of the Game Awards.
All right. I
didn't hate them, but I guess I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's garbage. It's just a 3-hour marketing garbo palooza.
I had a line ready to go here. I was going to say, Jeff Keighley is a boring old biddy.
Ned.
Yeah. That's what you can say at the bar, right? And then
I will. Yeah.
Alex.
Man, I don't know if my customers are even old enough to understand Simpsons references anymore.
Oh my God.
I had a group of students in last night. Some of them must have been like 20.
Sure.
Yeah. No, it was daunting because I have an unofficial rule, which is like, hey, if you have more than 4 people, please make a reservation. Don't just come in. Don't just bring an army to the bar.
Oh, right.
And but nobody cares. Like, people will just show up with 5 or 6 friends and be like, "Oh, I can't believe you're full. What do you fucking mean? There's 14 chairs in here, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? You're not going to stand." And last night I had Jason and Andrew sitting at the bar, KASSIN bar.
Okay. Yeah, right.
And then it was
Kissinger.
Yeah, he showed up. And there was a nice couple sitting at the far end of the bar. So there's 4 people sitting down. And then I have 13 people walk in the space of 5 minutes. A Bonenkai wanted the table of 5 salary peoples. And then 5 more students came in, and then 3 unrelated people came in. And I'm trying to get people seated and trying to tell people, please just wait a sec. All you motherfuckers walked in at the same time, and I can't make 13 fucking drinks simultaneously. So hold your fucking horses. One dude is trying to order, and I keep telling him, it's going to be 10 minutes, sir. I need you to wait.
Yeah. Jesus.
Just not great.
Good God.
Not fun. Fortunately, people were understanding in the end, and it worked out.
Okay.
I think I'm starting to drop the pretense now of pretending to be polite, and I am just saying straight up to people, you need to wait. There are a lot of you here because you decided to bring 6 fuckers with you. Wait.
I'm waiting. Jesus.
All right. What would you like?
Okay. An old fashioned.
That's another thing that was ordered last night, which is you know how long that takes to make? I was like, is that and a Long Island iced tea? Okay, let me break it down for people who want to order things and get their orders quickly if it's busy.
Got it.
Draft beer or bottled beer, you're going to get almost instantly. Bottled beer, you're going to get instantly.
Yeah, of course.
Draft beer, you're going to get after just a few seconds. Anything that I have to put in a glass is going to take time. And if I receive 13 of those orders simultaneously, no one's getting anything for a very long time.
And that happened, I'm guessing.
And no. I mean, I want to be fair. Nobody has ever said, "Hey, where's my drink?" It's not that. People who come to the bar are nice enough to not demand their drink. Nobody's that rude. It's not rude. It's inconsiderate that gets me. There are enough people who order inconsiderately who are just who just don't see that I'm busy and just start ordering at me. And I'm like, I've got so much shit in front of me right now because I'm making 10 drinks. Can you wait?
Right.
Anyway, that's enough yelling about people.
Okay.
All right.
The Game Awards.
The game. I'll be with you in a moment, Jeff.
Yeah. I don't have much to say because, again, I watch it on mute and was in and out anyway. So
that's fun.
But you did mention Keegan-Michael Key.
Yes.
I do want to mention something. If you remember last time on the show, listeners, Alex had expressed his extreme displeasure with having to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie and did not want to participate with me at all.
You know,
I, on the other hand,
no, hang on, back this up. I feel like you're playing this up. I'm ready to talk about it in a calmer way.
Right. I just had the view that a Hollywood animated feature film based on the #1 video game of our generation, and in many ways set the course of my life, was cool and worth talking about. Turns out I was mistaken.
But you can't know. Let's talk about it. This guy has been on so many adventures.
All right. Nevertheless, they did release a new trailer.
Yes.
Here's a clip.
They're brothers. They're plumbers.
Hold on. Mario! Luigi!
They're on the trail of a kidnapped princess.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Hang on. I was actually talking to somebody at the bar about this specifically. I was saying there is 100% going to be at least one reference to the live action Mario Brothers movie in this for the parents. And this person says, no, they would never do that. What do you think?
It's possible. I mean, the plot is basically already some kind of that movie in the term. Well, and so is the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. But I just thought,
but the plot is someone gets kidnapped. That's the plot of literally every Mario.
No, there's
game.
No kidnapping. I don't mean that part. I meant the part
Luigi
where
gets kidnapped.
I don't.
Right.
Well, I meant a princess. There's
Bowser...
no princess kidnapping. I don't think so.
Oh, right. Yes. No, but Luigi is held hostage, right?
Luigi is spirited away
by Pixies frontman Jack Black.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay. Established. Yes.
Yeah.
But the whole thing of like they're plumbers from Brooklyn who get sucked into a different world. Yeah. That's really the core thing.
Oh, okay. I see. Yes.
Being reused there. Yeah.
I think that's the best way to set it up. One, because it's more relatable to the viewer. And I guess two, just because I kind of prefer that to, it's Mario who lives in the Mushroom Kingdom and everyone knows him and he's just a real hero. I kind of prefer it when it's like, where am I? What's going on? Real fish out of water.
Sure.
Pesce out of agua, as they'd say in Italian.
Oh, I see. Yes.
In Japan, they called it Famicom.
They did.
But yeah, actually, did you hear the rumor that was on Twitter that Miyamoto was kind of being a tyrant during the production of that movie?
No. I
mean, yeah, pretty crazy. They were talking about how he was really demanding during the casting and all that. We got a clip of that.
Get me the rock!
Okay. Who is the Rock voicing in this?
And then
movie?
the Rock's wife was like, "Nuh-uh, he's not going to be in this movie." And then they stopped him from doing it. And then Miyamoto showed up at their house and was like,
"You want to give us the rock bag lady?"
Okay.
We got
another clip. We got another clip of Miyamoto.
Gokotai Kudasai.
Oh, he Nihongo Jozu. Jesus Christ.
That's all I had.
I think what we've figured out here is that you're a much bigger Mario fan than I am.
Yeah. I also like the idea of a movie happening because it's a thing that I feel is kind of important if you've been interested in any of those games for a while. You don't have to go see it. I'm not saying you have to go see it, but it's kind of cool, isn't it?
I guess I don't think so. Mario is just so what's the word? Over marketed, I guess. Mario's just in so much, like there's a Nintendo theme park in Japan and Mario's everywhere.
That's another thing though. Like I didn't ever expect there to be any kind of theme park type things based on Nintendo ever. It's that same sort of thing. It's like, animated movie theme park. These are like Disney things. And is Nintendo ever going to get with Disney in that sense? Well, no, they got with Universal instead, but it's like, it didn't seem like a likely thing. And so now it is a thing. And so to me, that is like, wow, I'm actually kind of surprised. And I think it's cool. And Lego sets. I always wanted Mario Legos as a kid.
Oh boy. I have noticed in the last, maybe since I've opened the bar, or maybe this ties back to, I don't like the expectation of having to always keep up with nerd monoculture. I just have been falling out of commercialism in general since I opened the bar. And part of that is because I don't like the burden of I have to consume all this media to talk about it. The other part of it is just it's money I don't have to spend on horse shit. And so I've just started writing things off. Like if they check those boxes, is it based on an existing nerd property? Yes. Does it cost money? Yes. I'm not interested, which kind of severely limits the scope of the things that I can enjoy.
Right.
As you would imagine. Yeah. And so I see, oh, it's a CG Mario movie with big name celebrities and big name blah, 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 and lots of money. Like my brain just shuts off because none of the signals being sent to it signify anything. But it looks fun and I want to see it with you. So let's go. Like it's the kind of thing that like, if someone invited me, like, hey, you want to go see the Mario movie? I'd be like, yeah, sure, that sounds fun. But like, it's not a thing I would seek out on my own.
So you're not a monster.
I'm not that kind of monster. Like I went to see Detective Pikachu and I enjoyed it because I went with friends. I went to see it with friends who are Pokemon fans.
That I've never seen.
There's no fucking way I would ever have gone to see that movie on my own because I'm not interested in pocket monsters.
Right. I mean, look, I'm not unique from that either. I didn't really see the Sonic the Hedgehog movies until they showed up on Amazon Prime.
I still haven't seen them. I'm sure they're fine, but they're just not something I'd seek out.
No, I just watched them in a browser window, right? Like,
yes,
I do like Sonic the Hedgehog as well, but something is different about those movies in that they're not fully, they don't have the full effort of like a animated feature. It was kind of a silly thing where a CG Sonic goofs around with James Marsden in mostly a live action movie. And that didn't really, set my heart aflame.
Yeah.
But just saying, the Mario thing is different.
Okay. I guess I can see how it's different for you, certainly. To me, the Mario movie looks exactly like the Sonic movie. It's the exact same concept to me. It's like, I'm sure, like, I know the character. No, I'm not necessarily shitting on it. I'm just saying I know this character. I know it's a big property. I know that it's got a lot of fans. That's cool. If someone wants to go see it with me, of course I'll go with them. It is not something I would seek out on my, like, oh, I got Sunday off, better go see that Sonic movie. I never once had that thought because I don't care.
I know. But
I do like spending time with my friends.
Okay.
Ditto for the Mario movie. Like, it doesn't mean I'm just completely shedding all of nerd culture because I don't want to see the Mario movie.
I get that, Alex, but it's also like, I understand that attitude works for you when you need to shut out some weirdos at the bar.
Yes.
But when you come on this podcast and you're only talking with me.
Thank you for inviting me, by the way.
And I'm trying to express some interest in something, and then your response on the other end is, it's not for me.
It's not that I don't care. It's that I can't care.
But you can't fake it.
I would like. Okay, all right.
Jesus, that's all I know.
Fake it. All right, I'll fake it. Here we go. All right. Let's keep going.
No, it's. I mean, I get it when years ago on this program, 10 years ago on this program, I watched Wreck-It Ralph, and that was when I went by myself to the theater. Not a thing I would do anymore. But at the time, it was like, well, a full animated movie with some video game stuff in it. I'll spend the night doing that. And I go on.
That was all we got.
And yeah. But again, I go on No More Whoppers, and Alex is like, nah. Nevertheless, I'm not fully blaming you there. I'm not putting anything on you really, because I did not like that movie in the end. Then they made a sequel that was even worse and fully off the rails. So the sequel was basically internet references.
Oh no.
And the kind of thing where it's dated once it comes out, and no video game stuff at all anymore, because apparently that doesn't play with a mass audience. Who knew? Unless, of course, it is Super Mario.
I would love to go see the Mario movie with you. You're one of the few people I would love to see the Mario movie with.
Of course.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
How about the theme park too?
Yes, that too.
Right. Well, don't worry. I'll have something else when we get another trailer.
Okay, wait, hang on. My brain's just made another. I've had another epiphany. I think there are kinds of media that I have to experience alone, and there's other kinds that I cannot experience alone. And I think things like this are the things that I just don't want to experience alone. Things that I do want to experience alone are like single player JRPGs, like, Dragon Quests and whatnot. By which I mean, I don't need those referenced in pop culture anywhere. Like when people send me the fucking, hey, look, Pop Team Epic did a Final Fantasy 14. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because you never saw Pop Team Epic.
Because I
don't care about that.
Also, yeah, like I don't find it funny, but also like it's kind of, I don't want to say pandering, but it's like they're really, really homing in on the specific nerd, the niche target.
Right. And I will say,
audiences.
With something like that, I think it's more of a pass because it's Japanese.
Oh, you mean just from people in general? It gets a pass. Yeah, absolutely. Japanese stuff tends to get more of a pass.
Right. Because the Japanese various media have made the same sort of tired, bad video game references and jokes and things that have happened over here. But for some reason, they get more exposure because.
Yes.
It's what's the word? Exotic?
It's foreign and exotic.
Same thing, by the way, with that what's it called? Uncle from Another World anime.
What?
It's an anime where some kid's uncle was an isekai guy. He had disappeared to another world and was in a coma or something. Then he comes out of the coma. The big joke is the uncle was a big Sega fan. So when he wakes up, he's like, is Sega still a major power in the console war? And,
Good night.
So there's a bunch of, yes, boy, they should have done that. But, and so now there's merch about, him, quotes from the show about him and Sega. And it's just like, okay, the whole thing is not about Sega though. So I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah.
So whatever.
I think at the end of the day, people want their tastes validated, and cultural significance does that.
Yes, and I do on this show from you.
Well, and sometimes I'll, yeah, sure.
Okay, great. That's
fun.
We'll talk about the Mario movie then. God dang it, some other time though. Speaking of Sega,
yes. What's up?
Do you want to talk about Yuji Naka?
Oh boy, yeah. What's going on with him?
He got arrested for insider trading.
Yes.
Yeah, twice. I think the funny thing about that, well, not funny, but the thing about that is that if you know anything about the Japanese police, they can keep you for a period of time and on one charge. And then when that period of time is up, say, the same day, they will just rearrest you for a new charge. Yeah. And that seemed to be what happened.
Oh, dear.
Because he got consecutive charges of insider trading. One time for, I guess, buying shares or something of a developer of Square Enix's Dragon Quest mobile game, DQ Tact.
That's right.
And then again for the developer of Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier. Another mobile game, which, by the way, has shut down or will be shut down very soon.
Oh.
But yeah, that's essentially him and a few other guys who used to work at Square Enix. However, Yuji Naka does get the headlines, not just because he's Yuji Naka, but also because back in the summer, he had gone on a Twitter bender, I guess, a tweet bender.
Uh-oh, a twender.
Bad-mouthing all of Square Enix, all the people he worked with for the reason that Balan Wonderworld was a piece of crap game by most people's accounts. And so he was basically saying, it wouldn't have been that bad if we just had more time and if I wasn't treated like crap by everybody else, et cetera, et cetera.
If everyone was nice to me, it would have sold 1 million more units.
Yeah. So that's the crux of it. And he is still in custody. I feel for his family. He has posted on Twitter a lot of pictures of him and his sons, like going to races and doing sorts of fun things like that. Can't imagine that's fun for them. On the other hand, also another story came up in the middle of this from Yahoo Japan. I guess some source had given more details as to another side of the story on the Balan Wonderworld development, saying that, Yuji Naka had demanded some things, but he had also been kind of a weird dick about most other things and was demanding people work overtime to try and fix things. I think he wanted the developer Arzest, who, by the way, was ran by his former design partner, Naoto Oshima. Their relationship's on the rocks, I think, now.
Why?
Apparently he wanted them to put a couple more months into development for free because it had not been on track, and he wanted the game to actually be good. But that didn't ultimately happen. The game got shoved out the door, and the public did not like it. So, and that then is corroborated with other old stories of Yuji Naka generally being a dick during his time at Sega. The story is that when Sonic 1 was finished, he wanted more compensation or something, or better treatment from Sega. He wasn't getting it. He decided to quit, but then was encouraged by Mark Cerny in America, who had the Sega Technical Institute, to come to America to make Sonic 2. And so he brought some of his best people for Sonic 2 and then 3, which were made in America exclusively. And so that way Yuji Naka did not have to work in Japan with Sega corporate and could get a better treatment in America. And so other little things like that. And so people kind of joke about that, or just kind of say things like, yeah, he's probably deserving it, or something like that. And I felt a bit differently when this story about the arrest first came up, because I was like, first of all, I think Yuji Naka can simultaneously be a dick of a boss. I'm not going to discount that. There seems to be enough stories throughout the years to solidify that. But also, I think he also got set up by the company he was bad-mouthing.
Oh.
And apparently who agrees with me is Yoshiki Okamoto, another fishy game developer.
Oh.
From, he used to work at Capcom. Had also started the Game Republic development studio later on, made some games in the PS2, PS3 era. And then fled. Okay, fled may not be the right word, but he all of a sudden moved to Malaysia. And nevertheless, still stayed in the public eye. So he has a YouTube channel, and he was talking about how, like, this Yuji Naka story, and how, seems to be a little bit fishy. Some of these details don't entirely line up. And I independently sort of was thinking the same thing, just based on the fact that, well, again, Yuji Naka had been bitching in public after, I guess, he didn't win a lawsuit or something like that. Anyway, something happened with Square Enix, and he then went on Twitter and started basically drumming up the public support to be like, boy, yeah, aren't these people pieces of crap, right? Balan Wonderworld would have been better if I had gotten my way. And I think that episode probably led to something where it's like, well, what can we get on this guy? And can we, teach him a lesson, perhaps? That's all I got. Obviously, no other proof according to that. But it did seem odd that it was also a few months after that episode. And it's like, well, now they decide to get him. It's like, maybe they waited a certain amount of time, when he was perhaps vulnerable, or, this thing had died down. Because if he had gotten arrested like a week after he was bitching on Twitter, then it might have been extra fishy. So maybe they were biding their time in building up a case.
Who knows?
Not that I also am doubtful of the fact that he might have insider traded. That's entirely possible. But
yes.
It's just interesting timing is what I'm saying. Alex, your thoughts, because I have no more thoughts.
I sure don't have any thoughts either.
Okay.
That's just all I get all my news from you.
Okay, great.
How's Ukraine doing?
Not great.
Okay.
Putin might flee to Latin America, though.
What?
if things keep going the way they're going. So,
wow.
yeah, we'll see.
Is this an insider tip?
No.
Oh.
No. It's like a seventh-hand insider tip. It's from a news story from someone who might have said that from within the walls,
Oh, all right.
I'm not insider trading. There was maybe some speculation that originally maybe Yuji Naka kind of got hoodwinked into buying these shares or whatever, maybe, and then, was unwittingly insider trading. Maybe he didn't get the full story, and maybe these other people that got arrested were encouraging him to do it. And there's that angle to it too, but that angle sort of falls by the wayside when you can instead think, oh, he was a dick at work. He deserves it. Whatever. That's me. I'm the gamer. I have my opinion. It's not going anywhere else. But yeah.
Well, you are a cool gamer.
Thank you. I was just saying, yeah, he probably was a dick, but there was also probably a fishier element to this, just based on how I reacted to it at first.
It's nothing is ever as black and white as an internet headline will lead you to believe.
Absolutely. Especially not when it comes from the Japanese media.
Yeah.
The Japanese media headlines are pretty black and white.
Yeah. I was looking back into that whole deal with Parappa's voice actor not doing work but getting paid for it by somebody on the internet. Do you remember that?
That was a much thornier drama because that guy also was a little bit actually crazy.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
That I didn't know.
So, yeah, but someone did not get work from him. Like they wanted him to do something. That was years ago now. This was like message board drama that I don't even remember that well. But yeah.
Well, I mean, the way I heard it was, the guy is Dread Fox, by the way. Dread Fox was the voice of Parappa. And like the way I heard it was, somebody had just told me about it years ago. Like, yeah, Dread Fox got like thousands of dollars from this small group who wanted him to do a performance, and then he didn't show up. Which was the way it was relayed to me, most likely from and to a drunk person.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then when I looked it up recently, Parappa came up recently because folks have been playing the Parappa remaster on the PS4 at the bar. I was looking into it recently, and it was like, okay, it was $100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even like the guy who got quote unquote scammed was even like posting all the conversations, and like,
yeah,
Dread Fox like still doesn't come out looking too bad because like he has like kind of a plausible, because he's like, the guy was like, can you record 5 lines of dialogue or whatever for this fan project? And Dread Fox is like, sure. And the guy's like, okay, can you do it for $75 or whatever? And Dread Fox is like, yeah, no problem. And then he comes back the next day like, well, according to my manager, legally, like because of union stuff, I'm supposed to, like, I have to charge a minimum for this kind of work, and it's $100. And the guy's like, no problem. I'll pull the money together. I'll move some money around. And so they get him the $100. And then he just kind of, I mean, this might be made up, but he was just citing a lot of technical difficulties. And, I guess I can't do it. I'll refund the money. I don't have access to my PayPal right now. Like, there's a lot. It looks like he's going through a lot of effort to scam this guy out of $100.
Okay, sure.
You know what I mean? But that was my take on it, was like, it had been told to me very much as a black and white kind of like, oh, Dread Fox is an asshole. And then when I look into the actual conversations, it's like, I mean, he's not great, but also the other guy's kind of playing it up too. Like, you didn't get scammed, I don't think. I don't know.
Okay.
Why? What's your deal?
Well, again, I looked it up very casually. This is like a 40-page thread on the old NeoGAF, and then
God.
Well, regardless, this was in 2014. So yeah. The guy then, like all good internet drama stories, someone made a blogspot site to record everything.
Oh, good.
So yeah, the same guy who is claiming he was scammed and all that. So I have not read all of this. Obviously, it was just mostly while you were talking, and so I don't know everything. But I will also, I'll take your word for it. It does seem like the very start of this was this guy saying, back when PlayStation All-Stars was coming out in 2012, because Dread Fox did reprise the role of Parappa.
Oh, yeah.
I decided to do a fan cartoon about him. It was going to be pretty badass, and the only thing that would make it even more badass is if I got Dread Fox, the original voice of Parappa, to do his lines. So I joined the Parappa Facebook fan page to ask him. Little did I know it would lead to Dread stealing $100 from my friend and I, an attempt to turn the fan base against me, in an insult-laden tirade where he simply goes bonkers.
Okay, I missed that part.
I missed the fan cartoon part. So, yeah. And then obviously he pastes the original Facebook stuff where he's like, can we do 60 and so on and so forth. It does sound like what you were saying, just him trying to basically not pay the guy or pay as little as possible to get his fan cartoon off the ground, because it's not like he would probably have a lot of money anyway.
Yeah.
And so, I guess that turned into a bunch of drama on this forum thread and seemed to turn people against Dread Fox. I don't know. I suppose that's not so cut and dry either, is it?
Yeah, there are very few things that are that cut and dry.
Because here's the thing. If Dread Fox was asked and did accept to be returning as Parappa in a new PlayStation game, might not be that hard to deal with.
Yeah,
maybe he accepted. He was in the game.
Yeah, some
agreement was reached. So anyway, maybe what you're saying has some truth to it.
I don't know. Well, when am I getting in the game?
That game?
Any game?
Oh, any game. I don't know. What do you want? What do you want to be, Batman now? Because Batman's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought. Yeah.
Show us your best Batman.
It's a cartoon. It's a fantasy land.
Should have played that drop talking about that guy.
All right, no, hang on. For real. Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, y'all, I'm Batman.
I'm asking you to go to the kitchen, pull out a knife, and jam it into your fucking gut.
I can't, because Batman doesn't kill people. I'm here to save Gotham City, y'all.
I'm dying for a piece of good old New York pizza.
Oh, it's the Joker.
Ah.
I love riddles, y'all. All right. Thanks for coming on that ride with me.
You're welcome. Now leave.
I did play a couple of video games. No.
Okay.
I played a couple of video games this month. Yes, because they were cheap on the Nintendo Switch, and I was disappointed by both.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
You know what else is cheap on Nintendo Switch for the price of free?
What's that?
Final Fight. You can get free Final Fight now in Capcom Arcade Stadium. So,
okay,
download that. Yeah.
Okay, so wait, I'm not getting Final Fight. I'm getting Capcom Arcade Stadium.
You do have to download that, and then the Final Fight DLC, which is the Final Fight game. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is free.
How much is Capcom Arcade Stadium?
No, it's free.
Okay.
Arcade Stadium is free.
Okay.
You can buy individual games or the whole pack of them, but this week they made Final Fight free.
And this is on the Switch?
It's on everything, basically.
Okay. And you said it's free?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Is the hardware, is the console free?
I'm afraid not. But you already have the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, right. So.
All right. And the game is free?
Yeah.
All right. But how much does it cost?
$0.
All right. But then after tax?
$0.00.
Whoa. All right. I don't know, man. It's just, I'm kind of on a budget.
Well, you do like Final Fight, don't you?
I do like Final Fight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's not called Free Fight, if you know what I mean.
But it is free.
Wait, what?
That's what we were saying.
All right. We did, everybody. I played, picked these up for very cheap. Danganronpa and Eiyuden Chronicle Rising. Danganronpa's, I think this is the final nail in the coffin when it comes to games about high school students. Like, I don't need any more ever. I don't need any more games about school life or being in school or hanging out with your school chums or going to class or bullshit. Like I'm good.
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
Persona tested my patience with it. That was fine. It was part of an RPG mechanic. But Danganronpa just kind of reinforced, like, I don't like any of this.
Right.
And I just found the characters to be real annoying.
You could play Lost Judgment, which does feature some of that, but it is entirely optional.
Well,
like
maybe.
where you join the school dance club and things like that.
All right. I like dancing. Ted dancing.
There is plenty of plot that happens in high school, but you are not acting as a high schooler.
All right.
Because you're Takuya Kimura.
That's the Kim Taku.
Right. You're Kimutaku.
Yeah. Sure.
In the Waku Waku High School.
Yeah.
Couldn't make that rhyme. Sorry.
No. And Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, I liked a bit more, except I really had two major complaints. One is why the font seems to be 1 point font. And when I say 1 point, point means atom.
Yeah, and you're playing on a Switch Lite.
I'm playing on a Switch Lite with an even smaller screen. So like
not compatible.
I can like the dialogue boxes I can kind of read. Everything else is just completely illegible. It's not good.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like the I guess it was made in Unity. I don't know if this is a Unity thing, but like, okay, like everyone looks like they're a Flash animation character.
Well,
it feels like I'm playing a Newgrounds game.
That's not Unity's fault. That's the direction. That's the choices they made.
Okay. Well, yeah. What is that? Because I don't like all the shitty Kemco RPGs that I used to play. They all do that too. Because I guess that's cheap. That's the new cheap way to animate stuff.
Well, it's not that new. It's been happening since the PS2 days.
Right. Okay. Whatever. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the paper doll shit. I don't like that either.
Is that what it's called?
No, that's what I call it.
Okay, I'm going to borrow that term. I don't like paper doll shit. You also see it in like every YouTube ad for mobile games.
Yeah.
Like you save this scantily clad woman in this tower full of dragons. You're the knight, and you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's that kind of style.
I might be explaining something a bit different. I do know what you mean in terms of like 2D characters that are kind of like, they look like their limbs are being moved by a invisible hand.
Yeah, no, yeah, I like the paper doll analogy. I think that fits it perfectly. That's kind of that's how I felt playing Eiyuden Chronicle Rising.
It's true. That's totally valid. The other thing I was actually thinking of was like certain 2D games where it looks like you're taking a paper doll, but just like sliding it around a piece of paper because they don't add enough weight or inertia to these sprites, and nor do they add enough animation frames to make it look like it's actually walking or whatever. That was a thing in like a lot of PS2 2D RPGs, like a lot of Idea Factory shit as well.
Yeah.
So there's that, but yes, there is also that other thing you're talking about, genuine paper doll movement. There's also a thing called Live 2D, which is that same sort of thing. And I think the mobile game thing is what you're talking about, where you're taking little points of this drawing essentially and moving it around to make it look like it has breast physics or whatever.
Yeah.
That is I mean, you can do that to a professional, believable level because it is called live 2D modeling and it is like a real thing. But when you are making cheap mobile games and things of that nature, it's not going to be that great. So I know what you mean.
No.
So this Eiyuden game, which is not the real Eiyuden Chronicle, which is that Suikoden revival from the original creators, Suikoden-esque game that's coming out someday. This is like a prequel game that they just kind of put out beforehand. And it's like an action game that has really nothing to do gameplay-wise with what this actual RPG is going to be like. Which, by the way, does look better than this Rising game. Yeah,
it feels like, and I can't, I'm just speculating because I wasn't following the development of the games or the Kickstarter or anything, but it feels like stretch goal met. We're going to make a prequel action game called Eiyuden Chronicle. Okay, because I think
it is genuinely that.
I really wish they wouldn't do that. I wish they would just take the time, effort, and money and just put it into the game. Like, who wants this?
That's a whole other can of worms with the whole crowdfunded games that are still happening at such a large level, but it's mostly Japanese developers who
Yeah.
might not have got the message that that's kind of not a thing anymore.
No.
In fact, there was that other Kickstarter recently where it's like a dual Kickstarter. It's like 2 games. One is made by one of the guys from Wild Arms.
Oh, right. Shadow Hearts. Yeah.
Yeah, and Shadow Hearts, I think it was.
Yeah, that one I didn't get.
It's a Kickstarter for 2 games with wildly different, art styles and all that. But because it has these guys attached,
Yeah. I didn't quite understand. I mean, but the point of these though is to raise money, raise attention, get a publisher.
Right, but it's also to raise excitement, which then drives up the money you get. And by trying to figure that out, the way you raise excitement is by adding a whole bunch of peripheral crap on top.
Oh, I see.
To fool the rubes into forking over their cash.
Is that why, and I just noticed this today, is that why on our Kickstarter you've added a stretch goal that just says, Alex raps at your wedding?
That's right.
Okay.
That was in your contract.
Well, it's a good thing I'm still down for it because I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
All right.
We got our first one coming up. Ooh, tomorrow. Can you make a flight for Saturday? We're going to Duluth, Little Billy's wedding.
Oh, fuck. I hate to say this, but I can.
Okay.
I'll be there.
All right,
wait, Little Billy's wedding?
Right, yeah.
All right.
That's what his family calls him.
I don't know if how old is this little Billy?
He's 48, but
All right. That's
what his family calls him.
All right. Is it like a joke? He's just like a humongous guy?
No, he's a normal guy, but he's a big fan of you.
Oh, God. All right, I'm coming, little Billy. I'll write a special rap just for you and your glowing bride.
It's an arranged marriage.
Oh, you and your preformatted bride? That's not the term for that.
His wife is not a Macintosh hard drive.
She's got the same header and footer as the last 7 brides.
It's like when I took graphic design in community college 15 years ago. I had to get Mac formatted zip disks. I'm like, come on.
Oh, man, get jazz disks.
Yeah. No, the computers only had drives for
damn it,
the zips.
Now, I was always confused about this when I was in college, but zip disk is not necessarily related to .zip extension, the compression. Okay.
No, not at all.
I always thought there was some kind of connection there on some level, but there was not. Very confusing.
No. If I can help you separate those two, one is a format of a disk developed by iOmega.
Yeah.
The other is a file format for compression created by a guy who became a drunk and killed himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I had a zip disk for my my college course. The one where everybody has to learn how spreadsheets work.
Okay, sure, right.
Yeah, and we had to make a homepage or something.
Yeah,
not with a spreadsheet, but
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. Remember very briefly when I had a website on the Ohio University servers.
Okay, yeah.
That was that.
Was it called Alex's Radical Webpage?
I think it was called ohio.edu/AF144102. That can't be right. Well, if it is, that's what it was.
All right.
I'm going to look it up right now. Hang on. I'm going to put this to rest so nobody has to type this in.
Wayback Machine.
Oh, yeah, it's probably there too, right?
I doubt it. Probably was not picked up.
There's no way this is still here.
No.
Oh, no. They're having trouble locating the page I've requested. Wayback Machine it is. Well, I guess it's gone. So much the better. It was a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Not great. Well, that's been video game talk. Danganronpa, Eiyuden Chronicle. I can't get mad because they were like $2 or $3 each.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? I'm happy to pay that money to learn these important lessons about life and myself.
I guess so. I mean, I was talking about this in Discord. Danganronpa is just like, I haven't been convinced yet.
Okay.
I know a few people who swear up and down it's one of the best games I've ever played. Not buying it. I don't think so. Part of it is I don't like these plots where it's like people are just being indiscriminately murdered and you have to figure out who's getting murdered or who murdered who or whatever. And then it's also like this high schooler stuff. And it's like these young kids, come on. They're impressionable. They're so innocent still.
I feel like it's mashing together 3 different kind of genres and diluting all of them.
Yeah. I mean, as opposed to Ace Attorney, which knows how to make cold-blooded murder fun.
Yes.
I don't see that in Danganronpa. So it's why I don't like stuff like Battle Royale either. It's just
yeah, I've never been a fan of like it's just I can only suspend my disbelief so much.
Yes.
And like I can't like I can never ever like buy anything that involves Japan and state sanctioned murder.
Yeah.
Like Japan, the country where if a single molecule of marijuana is found on you, you get deported or go to jail for 10 years. Like, there's no scenario where I believe they're sanctioning murder.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, I don't get, I can't.
What was the whole reason behind that in the story anyway? Was it a population thing? Or was it because, I don't remember.
In what, Battle Royale?
Yeah, Battle Royale.
I don't remember. It was, yeah.
Okay.
Have I even seen Battle Royale? If I did, it was like 20 years ago.
I just looked it up.
I might have seen it, despite it not being an anime. I think I saw it at Anime Club.
Sure.
Well, what'd you look up?
In the near future, following a major recession, the Japanese government has passed the BR Act to curb the nation's juvenile delinquency. Well, you've already lost me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Come on now. You don't have to do that. Yeah.
Future's tough, man.
When Danganronpa was revealed for the very first time, when it was a PSP game, I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. That looks cool. But then I looked more into it and I was like, I'm not sold. Sorry. So I'm one of those particular weeby kind of gamers who is not sold on Danganronpa. I'm sorry.
I'm typically down on anime styled stuff. And like, I did not like Danganronpa, but not really because of the anime stuff. Right. It was just kind of a lot of different things. I mean, and mostly it's the high school tropes. Like I can't anymore.
Yes. I fully understand.
But also just I don't like the idea of, I don't like it when games like this also include like, oh yeah, here's the 3D map that you run around in. Like, I don't need that. Can you just how about menu? How about a menu that just says move to cafeteria, please?
And the 3D map is like abstracted, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look anything like the rest of the game.
No. It's okay.
But it's supposed to look cool, right? It's like cyber.
I guess. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, but it just looks janky. Like you walk up to everybody, they just look like they came out of Parappa. They just look like 2D, like they're just standing there. You can walk around and just see them turn into pieces of paper.
Might have made more sense on the PSP, I suppose.
I hope so.
Yeah. But we're past that. We're far beyond.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Go download Final Fight.
I can't. I'm doing a podcast.
Well, let's see. I have something I was playing. I was playing Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remastered.
Oh, yeah. Roma Saga.
At the same time, what also came out was Tetris the Grandmaster on Arcade Archives.
Oh, right.
And so I got that as well. Not the best of the Grandmaster games, but if I don't support this thing, it might not make it. So. Why not a 5th Tetris game on my Switch? Sure.
That's a lot of Tetris.
Yeah. I've not played either of those all that long. But I have to say something about a game I played because Alex just did. And so I'm, showing solidarity or something.
No, it's fine.
No,
you don't have to.
No, really. Okay.
The Tetris 99 is still around, right?
Yeah, of course. Made by the same people.
Okay. I loaded up Mario 35 the other day.
Uh-huh.
And I'm kind of surprised it lets you get as far as like loading level, finding, matching you with other players. Like you'd think they would just put something on the title screen to just cut you off at the pass. Like, nah, we're done.
Does it say anything?
No, it just lets you go all the way up to looking for matches.
And then nothing.
Nothing. And then it like gives you a message like, actually we're done now.
Oh, okay. So that's something.
Yeah, it does. I mean, yeah, they didn't just like abandon it, but like,
okay,
put some on the title screen or I don't know.
Okay, yeah. No, you're right. They probably should have done that because like even mobile games do that.
Yeah.
Mobile games that shut down do that quite often.
Isn't DQ? Wait, what DQ mobile game shut down recently?
I don't recall.
I thought there was. Oh no, am I thinking of Final Fantasy? Was there a?
Right, we were talking about the First Soldier.
No. I mean, there was a long running Final Fantasy mobile game.
Oh,
that just shut
Record
down.
Keeper.
That's it. I remember playing that one for a little while.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Just purely as a way to sort of pass the time on my phone, waiting for customers to come in, and then I just realized like. I have actual Final Fantasy games on my phone.
You have
I think I'll just play those
other video
instead.
games as well.
Yeah, I have real games that have characters and a story and also grinding, but a sense of progression. I don't need to wait for my gems to regenerate or spend $8.99.
Right. Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck.
I don't get any of that stuff.
Yeah.
They kind of got it a little bit right with the Octopath Traveler mobile game because it has original stories and the battle system is exactly the same as the original game, basically, just with some touch controls added. And it's a little bit closer to feeling like a real RPG, but it's still like it'll never end, right? It's just going to be more and more stories and content, and you can still roll for extra characters and stuff, but do you have to? No, it's half and half.
I have trouble with legitimacy when it comes to portable stuff that's based on console games.
Yeah.
Like, I remember feeling this for the first time with FF Tactics Advance, and to a lesser extent, like Dragon Quest Monsters.
Really?
Yeah, Tactics Advance 2 also, or was that Revenant Wings?
No, that's
the FF12 one.
That's the
DS, Tactics DS.
Okay, there's Final Fantasy Tactics A2.
A2.
And then Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings. Those are two different things.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why, but for some reason my brain sorts those into a separate category of just meaningless garbage, even though I'm sure, effort goes into writing the script and story and the characters and everything.
Well, yeah, but Revenant Wings sucked anyway.
But I feel that way to almost an exaggerated extent when it comes to mobile games. Like, you're taking your property and now you're putting a new story on my phone. Well, if this were important, you'd put it on, I'd be experiencing it on a television. Maybe that's my old man brain and the way that I think, but I don't know. But it's also like, if you were to make an original story with original characters and debut it on mobile, like Fantasian did.
Sure, yes.
That's a lot more legitimate to me because you have enough confidence in your story and your world and your characters to say, look at this new thing. It's only available on mobile. That's how good we think it is. That says a lot more than just the Octopath friends have a new adventure now on your phone. It just strikes me as kind of an afterthought of a story. I don't know. Okay, go.
No, you're absolutely right, because those mobile games, it's like there's absolutely no guarantee it's gonna last because they shut these things down all the time if they don't make enough money.
Yeah, so then why put the effort into the narrative if it's just for people to...
Why would anyone do that?
Yeah,
you're just going to be gone in, 3 to, well, maybe more months than we can think of, but eventually it's going to end for some stupid reason, maybe technical, maybe financial, whatever.
That's one of the things that I appreciated about Dragon Quest Walk is there's a little bit of that, but like after your slime pal with the stopwatch introduces, or the compass introduces himself, it just kind of dispenses with the quote unquote story. And it's just like, you're you walking around. You've got some Dragon Quest pals that you designed, like DQ3. These are all the dungeons and bosses and monsters that you remember. Let's fucking go.
Right. Yeah.
There's no like cutscenes with like, let's go save the crystal. Like, it's all things that you've seen before, but in a different context, which is really, that's DQ in a nutshell.
Yes, of course. And then, of course, there's another aspect where it's just like the straight ports. And I think like the Saga games do this well because Romancing Saga just came out on every console, but also mobile. And you can just go ahead, buy it, and play it. And it's the exact same experience. It's that old PS2 game remastered, and there's no crap attached to it. And all the Saga games are like that. And, I'm not saying it's amazing to play it on a phone, but if you like those games enough, you at least get the full experience, and you don't have to be connected online to play it or anything like that. So they get it right, I think. Or at least they get it more right than some of the other mobile RPGs out there.
Mobile.
And there's other things like FF7 and 8 and 9 you can play on iOS or something as well.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I mean, I did enjoy playing through FF7 again on the Switch.
Yeah.
The Switch feels more, I don't want to say, I guess, legitimate, but yeah, playing something like FF7 on a Switch versus mobile, even though, you know, they're both technically handheld, the Switch feels like a proper thing that you're supposed to play a game on.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured it out. Phone gaming occupies, in my mind, the same region of video games that's like playing games with a mouse and keyboard, which is something that I don't associate with games. That's also where I put mobile phone games.
Sure.
Just because, like, that's not how I like to have fun. That's not what I associate with fun. Like mouse, I don't like playing games with mouse and keyboard. I like using a controller. To me, controller equals video games.
Yeah.
I mean, except I guess the exception is Diablo, because I got real into Diablo, but that's it.
Have you played Diablo Immortal, which is another one of these mobile games that will try to suck your money?
This might startle you. I don't have a phone.
I beg your pardon?
I don't have a telephone.
I'm talking about a smartphone.
That dude was like, "What? You don't have phones?"
Oh, okay.
And then and then I was taken aback. I took tremendous offense because at the time I did. I had a Lego phone.
Well,
is that what he meant?
I got fooled because I would never expected you to know what that thing was.
It's not called Legablo.
Can't believe Alex knew about a thing in gaming. And you were talking about the monoculture this whole time, how you're not into it.
Ray, it's old. It's a meme I absorbed from hanging out with nerds at Critical Hit, now open.
You're an old meme I absorbed from hanging out with nerds at Critical Hit.
Now open.
Closed.
Fuck. How does he do that?
It's closed because you're here with me.
That's true. Yeah, but when people are hearing this, it might be between the hours of 5 and midnight.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, did I never actually get to that point when I said I changed my hours? I feel like I got sidetracked.
Get to that point.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm closing at 9 p.m. now.
Yeah.
Just so that I can come home and eat dinner and see my wife and stream a little bit. Because post-pandemic, the clientele that I get on weeknights has dropped considerably.
Right.
And then, like we discussed earlier, Friday, Saturday, the weekend, still fucking bonkers. So I'm going to just close early Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, stay open normal hours on the weekends to make back that money.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe regain some sanity.
Yeah, perhaps.
Because, boy, standing around an empty room for hours on end doesn't do a body good like milk does. It does a body bad like anxiety does.
Yeah.
I'm Alex for milk.
You are. I had one more thing to say about mobile gaming to but go on to a point that you were saying.
Please do.
I think the big thing about mobile gaming for people, including me, even when I buy these full-length games, it's all about convenience. Because, like, if I have to go to a doctor's appointment and I'm just sitting there, I didn't bring my Nintendo Switch with me or anything. At least I have Saga Frontier to play for a little bit on the phone.
All right.
And it's not a serious playthrough or anything, but it's there. Same thing with,
That's, yeah. I mean, it's really according to your needs, right? I mean,
yeah.
I have like a dozen old school Final Fantasies and Dragon Quests on my phone just for emergencies, just in case. I don't know if I'm going to be stuck in an airport for 4 hours. Yeah, right?
Yeah, you get it.
You never know.
You get it.
I do get it.
So, yeah. It's just that added convenience. It's like, yeah, I'm not playing games on it all day, but if I need to, hey, I got a couple.
Yes. Anyway, pick it up now. Romancing the Stone on your iPhone. How much is it?
I wouldn't suggest buying it right now. It is, I think, $29 or $24.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's like a couple nice lunches.
Yeah, I would.
Or one lunch if you're in San Francisco. Am I right?
$24.99.
All right.
It'll go on sale someday. Just watch.
All right.
All right.
That's fine.
Well, we talked our heads off about video games.
We did video
which is a thing
games.
we say we don't do on this show, but we did it anyway.
We did. Why don't we take a quick break? We'll come back. We'll close it out.
All right, great.
All right. Audience members, old and new, welcome back to No More Whoppers. I'm Alex. This is the Ray.
Zade.
Zade desu.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Yosh, we have listener no mail. We're in between themes right now, so come back.
We have
to us.
been for I think 2 years.
Yeah,
3.
it's fine. It's we don't like, we're not beholden to like labels, man. Anyway, this is the part of the show where we play phone calls from folks who have called into the show. You can call us at 805-669-8255. Or Ray, what's that in letters?
It's 805 NMW Talk.
Yes. All right.
Nice.
Here's our first one. I'm going to play this right now.
Hey, it's Pittsburgh from Pittsburgh Drive, and I just saw a sign, 4 classic roast beefs for $10 at Arby's. When I was young, it was 5 for $5. This is absurd.
All right. Thank you, Smoo. That was our pal Smoo, going under the pseudonym.
He's not wrong.
He is not wrong. Going under the pseudonym Pittsburgh from Pittsburgh. Yeah, the classic roast beef is now $10 for 5.
Yeah.
Wait, he just says, oh yeah, 4 for 10. What the fuck?
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
it used to be when I worked at Arby's, it was 5 for 5. I stole a 5 for 5, like a vinyl sheet that they had on the window.
Well, thanks,
remember
Brandon.
I posted those pictures of my old college dorm room. That Arby's 5 for 5 sign is hanging in the background.
Yes. And it has, of
great.
course, inspired a very lengthy tweet series of yours.
Well, yeah, I gave those up when I realized that, like, you know, corporate social media now is like, oh, they lean into that shit.
Yeah, right.
You know,
But you were for a time.
For a time, well, because back in the day, Twitter used to keep track of your exact tweet count.
Yeah.
And what I would do is when Twitter was young, anytime my tweets hit an even 1,000, I would tweet, I'd like to take this opportunity, my 1,000th tweet, to promote Arby's 1,000 for $1,000 thing.
Yes.
And I would just do that every 1,000. So I did it for 2,000, did it for 3,000. I think I made it up to 12,000. And then Arby's like started to reply, and I was like, "Oh, this is not fun anymore."
Oh no, back out.
Yeah, now like being a sassy fast food corporate social media person is like, "Oh, they all do that. That's the normal."
Oh god, yeah, right.
Yeah, like I don't know,
especially Arby's for some reason.
Yeah, and like I don't need that. I don't need fucking. Why should KFC know what the Midgardzolim is? I don't want that.
Yeah,
Nobody wants that.
No.
Nobody asked for this.
It's like.
You're not making it relatable.
It's like a miniature Game Awards show.
Yeah.
Just, in a tweet. Like, let's just stop.
Yeah, the Colin Awards. Nobody wants it.
I'm glad that whoever you are behind the keyboard is a nerd. But
yeah, look, I'm glad you got a job. You know, it's a real shitty climate right now. It's good that you got a job.
It's like, a computer nerd knows video games. What a surprise.
All right, we got one more. I think this is a crucial, a long-awaited update to an ongoing No Mo Wo saga. So here it is.
Hi, Ray and Alex. This is Keone from the Discord, calling just to let you know that there is a door bagel update in the fact that there is now 1 year that has passed since the door bagel has been discovered on my neighbor's door. For those who don't know, my neighbor, for some reason, has a mini bagel that they have placed on their front door, and it has now been there for a year. I don't know why. I don't care to ask them. I prefer the mystery be the way it is.
Wow. Still there?
Wow. Yeah.
Still going.
Well, it is the season, so
this bagels are
it's the holidays.
Bagels are a Christmas food.
Happens every year, so now it's back in style.
I like this phenomenon because I think it's a cute decoration, and I would like to have a bagel.
Yeah,
I have my wife and I love bagels, but you can't really get them in Japan unless we go to like Costco.
Yeah,
which I guess we could do. I don't know. Yeah. I think I let my Costco subscription membership lapse.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not a fan of the Costco police, the way the employees police you if you try and skirt outside the boundaries at all.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, with gift cards, and this happened to my mother-in-law. We went to Costco because she had a gift card, and that is a way to get in without having a membership. And so, but the gift cards do not have the full amount of whatever you're going to buy, right? You're going to buy a couple $100s worth of stuff. Gift card doesn't have that much. I think they were like $50 or something. So she tries to pay with the gift card, but she was going to try and pay with multiple gift cards. And the checker was like, no, you can't do that.
Why?
And then the argument was like, well, I have a gift card. And I was going to pay with the gift card and I can't do this. And it's like, no, you can't because people abuse the system or whatever. And the checker also said, I saw you have another one. So no, we can't accept anymore. You either you either add your gift card to your whole bill, this one gift card, and then leave, or nothing. So basically, you cannot use multiple gift cards at Costco. They will bitch at you about it. And
what the fuck?
You have to be a member if you want to do it correctly.
Can you just like go to the service counter and be like, hi, I want to combine these gift cards?
Probably not. They would probably give you the same excuse, I bet. They'd be like, no, that's abusing the system. You get it. No,
that's abusing the system. I'm not getting anything for free. I'm making this convenient.
They run a tight ship. What can I say? They run an incredibly airtight ship at Costco. You must be a member, period, to do it.
I did always appreciate how, I don't know if this is a Costco thing or if it's Costco Japan, but they would let us, like every time my wife went, we don't have a car, so we would have to take a gigantic duffel bag on the subway or on the train, on the JR, to go all the way out there. And they would let us check it at the service counter, and they would just hold on to the giant duffel bag and give us a chip so we didn't have to carry it through the whole store. And then after we finish our shopping, we could go and get the bag and then stuff it full of stuff and get on the train. That was nice. However, my biggest complaint about Costco, and again, I don't know if this is just Costco. I think it's just Costco Japan because it sounds like a Costco, a Japanese thing.
Hit me.
Kapam.
Jesus Christ.
When the bar was opening and I did a lot of my shopping at Costco, I did a big shopping at Costco and I filled up a cart and I went to the Reggie and the nice lady scanned all my stuff and said, hey, that'll be 44,000 yen. I said, all right, I believe you know my friend, Mr. Visa. And I just handed over my card. She's like, yeah, we don't take cards. I'm like, what do you mean you don't take cards?
No, that is a Costco thing, or
is
was.
It's cash only still?
Well, no, it was debit card only.
But I had a debit card. I had debit and credit.
Oh, well, maybe that's a Japan thing. But yeah, for a long time,
okay,
maybe they changed it now.
I hope so.
I vaguely remember like they do accept credit cards now, maybe. But
it's possible
they were only accepting debit cards.
Okay, it's possible they changed it by now because this was probably back in 2014, 2015. But I handed over my debit card, and she was like, "Yeah, no, sorry, cash only." I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean cash? I don't just walk around with 44,000 yen."
Yeah.
Is there an ATM? She's like, yeah, there's an Eon Mall, like a 15-minute walk over that way. I'm like, okay, cool. Guess I'll be back in
Japan thing.
Yeah, guess I'll be back in half an hour.
Yeah.
Honey, can you please put these frozen things back in the frozen section? Because they're going to melt.
It's now past 3 p.m. The ATM has been closed for the day. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Come back tomorrow.
Oh, fun. No, that's just banks. In fairness, only Japanese banks close at 3 p.m., which is bullshit.
All right.
ATMs will stay open much later.
Anyway, yeah.
Good stuff, everybody. Anyway.
Costco has a lot of quirks.
It sure does.
And by the way, generally isn't really worth it when you could just get a lot of that stuff off Amazon now anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of
in this country.
I mean, even in Japan, my wife and I have been like, the more we shop around, like, because this is moving into the new place was the first time in a long time we both did a lot of shopping together.
Yeah.
And what we realized is like, hey, a lot of the shit that we're looking at in the stores and in the malls and even some of the stuff in IKEA, like we could just get online.
Yeah.
We can find it online for cheaper or the
probably
same
the
price.
best thing Costco has is paper products. You can get a whole pallet full of paper towels or napkins or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But like, if I want to get some snacks, it's like, oh, here's a bushel full of salmon jerky. It's like, I don't even know if I like salmon jerky, and this is the only jerky option.
I do like salmon jerky.
I do too. I'm just,
I'm
playing a part. But
okay.
It's like, some things are common items and things that, middle America loves, but it's also sometimes things that are kind of a little bit off kilter and you want to try it, but you have to get it, in a pair of 2 or 3. I know 3 is not a pair. I'm saying like, it's all just bundled together and it's just like, it's not worth it. There's only 3 people in this house.
Yeah, I mean, well, why do you think I'm still working off a bottle of ibuprofen that expired 3 years ago?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it still tastes fine. It's just.
I wanted to get a bunch of fiber gummies, but my wife doesn't like gummies when it's medicine. So we had to get the capsules of fiber. And
Look,
I'm not going to. This is going to take forever.
She's not wrong. Medicine should be taken seriously.
Oh, fuck. Just to heck with both of you.
In Japan, they're called gumi. Oh, speaking of gumi, my wife found out we live across the street from a building owned by the Yamaguchi gumi, so that's fun.
All right. Oh yeah, the Yakuza is doing great these days.
We live across the river from a Yakuza building.
All right.
The new version of a game called
Like a
Dragon.
I was hoping to use that someday.
Cool.
I meant to talk about that 2 episodes ago, but yeah.
Good stuff. That's fun.
Because, they changed the title. So, yeah.
That's true.
We'll talk about that some other time.
Good stuff. Oh, you know what other media I consumed? I watched 1899 on Netflix, which, oh boy, not a fan.
Okay.
I don't even want to talk about it because all I'm going to do is just say negative things. And I think I feel like I do that enough.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear it.
I feel like I kind of have a reputation as a cantankerous asshole, and I'm trying to I'm trying to do what the Japanese call ime-chain, which is short for image change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to. This is the nicer Alex. Welcome.
I see.
Yeah. Ask me.
Oh, nicer. I see.
Ask me a question. Get a nice answer.
Nicer Alex. Going from
Alex
to
I'm Alex.
Yeah.
You can really tell the difference.
Yeah. Ask me a question.
Alex, how are you doing?
Absolutely the best.
Okay, great.
Oh, you know what I can talk about quickly though is I watched that the Pepsi Jet documentary.
Oh yeah, I guess I was going to do that eventually.
You want to watch it and then we'll just talk about it together? We can just make a thing out of it.
I might forget, but
right,
okay.
we don't do book club anymore, right?
No.
Well, watch the Pepsi thing.
Just watch it. Just watch it.
It's a lot of solid 90s nostalgia that I know you'll enjoy.
I guess.
And a lot of aggravating characters that I know you won't enjoy.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like the guy who comes off looking the best at the end of that thing is just the guy who was in charge, the marketing guy who just pitched it to Pepsi and then made it happen. Because like both sides are very kind of dumb and unrealistic. That includes the kid who wants the jet and then Pepsi who doesn't want to give him the jet. But the one guy who comes off as being level-headed is just the marketing guy. Because he's basically like, yeah, I wrote this thing and I showed it to Pepsi and they said it was great. And is this a spoiler? Can I spoil this documentary?
Maybe, but if you wanted me to discuss it with you, I don't know.
All right, I will not spoil it then. I'm gonna leave it at that. Watch it and we'll do a thing about it maybe next episode. Who knows?
All right. Can I ask you a question though?
Go.
Do they reference Bart Gets an Elephant?
No
clips or anything?
I don't think. Maybe they do. You know what? I was listening. Oh my God. I think I was listening to an episode of something that was talking about Bart Gets an Elephant and they referenced the Pepsi thing. So now I can't remember which did which.
Okay. Fabulous.
It's possible.
Well, it's possible. Because that's all that really is, right?
Right.
It's guys basically acting like a cartoon 10-year-old.
Yeah.
To try and get.
That's that's like the Pepsi Jet thing. That's one of those things where I can unfortunately, like, I can understand both sides of it pretty well because from the kid's point of view, he's just being a dumb fuck. And by the way, I'd always had it in my mind. This was like a kid. He's like a 12-year-old who wants a jet. No, he's like 20. he's grown up.
Yeah.
But he's being dumb because he's like, well, it doesn't say it's a joke, so technically I should get it. Which is unrealistic. Like, but then also the company is just infuriating as well because they're refusing to acknowledge. It's a whole. Just watch it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, of course. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
noted.
Don't watch 1899. Or maybe do if you really like every episode finished off with a pretentious pop song.
I'll think about it.
Don't.
All right. Well, I don't like Netflix in general that much anymore.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
Okie doke.
We've had a great time here today. Ray, tell me one thing you learned this episode.
I learned that Alex might actually be amenable to the Super Mario Brothers movie after all.
Yes.
Okay.
I learned that, but about FF16.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are really two Alex things today.
Yeah. Well, no. What did I learn? Anything? What did I learn? I learned how to drive stick.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
That was pretty good. Thank you for teaching me.
Yeah. No problem.
All right.
I learned from my mom, and really, my mom didn't even properly teach me. I had to learn from looking at my mom's feet as she moved the pedals.
Whoa!
And then I finally got it.
Okay.
Because she was having a hell of a time explaining it to me, and I couldn't grok it until I just looked down and studied the goddamn movement of the pedal.
Ray, it's okay.
It's just
the car can't hurt you anymore.
No, that's for sure. That's long gone.
Yes. Oh, and big thanks. I got some bar visits. I got visits from Golder subscribers. Mariko Hosoi, who brought me just a delightful gift bag full of...
Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Delicious stuff. Yeah, she designed the cute little coasters that I have hanging up on the wall that I used to use as actual coasters until a shit for brains ripped one of them up, thinking they were just disposable coasters. It's thick corkboard, you fucking idiot. So
okay,
one of them.
Go back to Marco. How's she doing?
Oh, she's fantastic. She's very sweet. She brought me a nice bag full of goodies, including delicious grizzly for fuck.
What?
She brought me a delightful bag full of goodies, including some grizzly claw coffee.
Okay.
I had a delicious mug before we recorded. I can't remember the name. Something crisp chocolate. It's like a Kit Kat.
Cookie Crisp?
Not Cookie Crisp. It was like a Kit Kat style snack in a bag that I ate it in one go. It was so fucking good.
Oh, from Canada?
Yeah, it's all Canadian stuff.
Coffee Crisp.
Coffee, yes! Coffee Crisp that's my new jam, I think. I love Coffee Crisp.
Yeah.
Canadian Smarties, which I do find superior to American Smarties as well.
Well, it's apples and oranges, really. I mean,
right?
The name is...
No, they're different.
They are.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, sorry. It took me a couple decades to understand what apples and oranges meant. Craft dinner. Got some craft dinner from her as well, which is very nice.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
A nice
How about
collection.
ketchup chips?
No. I did get a nice collection of soaps, which were also delicious. Gotta recommend.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think pretty much everything had an NHL logo on it.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's that.
It's hockey night somewhere.
It is. It's. Why isn't that their slogan? Oh man, it's hockey night somewhere. Okay. And got a visit from Andrew, the telephone Jonell. That was his nickname when he was playing for the Steelers. He is in town for an extended period of time. He's been hanging out at the bar, trying to get cool on every stage of Parappa. He's done every stage except Cheap Sheep. That may change tonight.
Okay.
Because he's coming to the bar tonight.
Have you ever watched those videos of like crazy Parappa freestyling?
I've seen the TAS. I've seen Parappa TAS videos. Is that not the same?
I don't think it was a task. I think it was somebody actually doing it.
Oh, shit. Okay. No.
Yeah.
Hang on. Wait. I may cut this. But I had an idea. The other day, I downloaded all of the Parappa samples, all the sounds used in the game.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, like, can I load those up in SoundPlant and then open up Joy2Key, put those on my controller, and then like do something with that on stream? Like load up a video of a Parappa level with Parappa removed. And then it's like I'm playing Parappa. But then what am I doing? I'm approximating a game. You know what else I could do? Load up the fucking ROM. Like, what's the point?
What?
But then I thought, record all of those words myself and do that. Like, play Parappa, but it's me rapping every lyric instead of some no-name dog.
Sure.
What do you think of that?
And at that moment, you might as well just make a new game.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
You've done half the work.
Yeah, all right. Why don't we just make a game together?
No.
Right?
That's not our destiny.
I just thought of a name right now. Baldur's Gate 3. What do you think?
No, I'm good.
No? What about Tetris 2, but the S is the S is a 2.
Tetwa.
Yeah. Or how about a T-shirt? Why don't we make a T-shirt of you surrounded by Tetris pieces and shrugging, and it says Tetris the Bland Master?
Is this the part that's staying in?
Yeah, this is all in.
Okay.
All right, we're done. Let's zip it up here. Let's
Holy
close it up.
crap. Website, nomorewhoppers.com, but please also visit our Patreon, patreon.com/nomorewhoppers. You can give us $1 a month to be a gold subscriber, or give us $5 a month to be a golder subscriber. You can get episodes without ads and also get a special color for our Discord server. You can freely join our Discord server without Patreon. The link to that is also at nomorewhoppers.com. The phone number, as we said, 805-NMW-TALK. What's the numbers?
805-669-8255.
Belated thanks again to Keone for the bagel update.
Yes!
And other guy.
That was Smo!
I know it was a...
Sorry, that was Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right.
From Pittsburgh.
Anyway, we also sell merch. Just find the link on nomorewhoppers.com. But we sell shirts, buttons, and stickers, and some other things, I think. Right now. Shirts, buttons, stickers. Twitter, No More Whoppers. However, Twitter is in some dire straits. I'm not sure if we should even be posting on there anymore. But
I like Twitter.
It doesn't matter. We're still on there as No More Whoppers, but also on there personally. Alex, who are you?
Hi, I'm Patui. That's Pitouhu. I You can also follow the bar at Critical Hits Nag. You could follow the Overheards account at OOCCHQ. You could follow all my stuff at patui.org. That links to the Twitters and the Twitch. It's got a map to the bar. I'm on co-host. I have not posted yet, but that's also Patui, Pitohui.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all my stuff. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm still on Twitter and most things that includes co-host or Mastodon or whatever as RDBAAA. Alex, you've been streaming on Twitch.
I have, yeah. My Twitch is Hooded Patui. HOODEDPITOHUI. I am currently streaming an incredible grind that I never bothered to try when I played the game on the original hardware, and that is get all the gold monster medals in Dragon Warrior 3 on the GBC.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's a 1 in 128 drop from every monster in the game.
Ridiculous.
And that's after you've already grinded out 2 to 3 rare drops from them.
Okay. Twitch.tv/Hooded
Patui.
Thank you. At the moment of this recording, I am how many medals do I have? Let me check my notes here. I have
run the numbers.
Up top, my brother. I have 69 medals out of 165.
Wow.
So come on in, come on down, come to the stream. We're grinding. We're chill grinding. That means I have the game sped up. I have it muted. I'm playing chill tracks underneath. We're talking about our days. We're just having a good time.
What happened to my gold?
What happened to my gold medal? Come hang out. Let's do it.
I do want to add, I am finishing my fall semester and my baby's going to sleep at a normal time. Maybe I'll start streaming a little bit here. Not a promise. It's just a thing I thought about. We shall see, because to be honest, I'm not fully out of the woods. I'm still having some sleep trouble. We'll see how it goes. But that would be RDBAAA as well on Twitch. And I also want to add, if you do get our Patreon tier at $5 a month, you do access our special show, Golden 16 Seconds, where we talk about the Italian Job TV spot and also the year 2003 and whatever else tickles our fancy, i.e. the Game Awards.
Yeah, we'll talk about anything. We'll talk about things we won't talk about on this show.
Yeah. There was some things I still didn't want to talk about on that show.
Well, I'll edit them out.
Thank you.
We're happy to be on the with Tokyo Beat. That's our new jam. A cool bunch of folks. We're happy to be on board.
Another network. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. More plugs for me. Buy Blast Rush is a game that I made. Bipedal.dog is the website of the company that made the game. Also, Mash Gadget for Playdate. That's coming up soon with an update. A little bit of an update. You did?
I got to play it on phone's Playdate.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You're one better than me because I don't even have the system yet.
Wow. Well, you do good work.
Not bad. Anyway, I'm a little bit of an update, a little patch to make a better manual screen for that game. And also a Japanese translation, so that'd be cool. And I'm also on Retronauts. Been on there for the past couple weeks again, talking more about Taito with Brandon Sheffield from Insert Credit.
Don't forget, that's Japanese for tight.
Oh boy. No, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
No. All right. Yeah. Retronauts.com, the podcast. All right. Alex, you good?
Yes.
You are good.
Thank you
for being a good sport.
Anytime.
Everybody else, keep your nose clean. And we'll see you next time on No More Whoppers. Gold subscribers, stick around till after the show. We rank every prize at Chuck E. Cheese.
You know, I was fully ready to have a frank, honest, and civil discussion about the Super Mario movie, but you led in with, well, Alex hates this, but I guess I won't talk about it.
Okay. Well, hey, I can admit when I'm wrong. Also, it was half for the bit because I needed to play the drops.
Well, then it worked.
But the other half was like, well, you were so weird about it last time. I didn't think you'd ever really be interested. So...
I was going to fake it. I was going to play nice, but you opened with the nuclear option, so it turned into, all right, fuck you, buddy. Jesus Christ.
Well, hey,
I'm trying to meet you halfway.
It's only fair. It's only fair.
Anyway, we're great friends who love cinema. That's the takeaway.